All right, a very good morning, everybody, from Captain Abs. Once again, welcome to the controller scopes. It's been a long while, long while since I've done a controller stream. So I'd like to just say welcome to everybody who has been missing these. I know I have. Just simply a factor of how much time I've had available for the last little while. I have not been. Just have not had enough time really on my hands to be able to do some of this stuff. So it's nice to be able to come back here and do this. I wish I had more time to do even flight streaming as well through my pilot's life career, but I just have not had the time for the last little while. So yeah, we're going to try and do just a little bonus ATC stream. I like to do them regularly back in the day, and I will come back to doing them regularly once again.
Toronto Center, TB 3368 Kilo with you, flight level 150 for Pearson. Toronto City.
And TBM 3368 Kilo Toronto. Good morning. Squawk 0536.
Squawk 0536, and good morning to you too. 6 Kilo.
All right, so since he's going to city, let's get him an ATIS going here, if I can find. There it is. I'm just purely guessing here which runway it's going to be, and I was wrong, so 26 it is. All right. November 3368 Kilo Toronto, thank you. Identified through 13,900. The city altimeter does not want to come up for me. Sorry, city altimeter is 3023. It's information Alpha Toronto City, runway 26.
Roger, expecting runway 26, 6 Kilo.
All right. And Toronto's going to be landing the 24, so let's bring up the 24 arrivals. There we go, that's perfect. November 3368 Kilo Toronto, vectors for city, fly present heading, and descend 3000.
Present heading and down to 3000, 6 Kilo.
Alright, and while we're at it, let's get an ATIS for Toronto up here, for whoever shows up here shortly for Toronto. There's Toronto. And I read in the news that they might be done their construction on 24 right. Let's see here, west. 2324. So I'm going to leave this as 2324 right now. And we'll circle back to that in a little bit here. Let me check the NOTAMs actually. So I've got my other screen over here. It's way around the corner here, so I'm just going to drag this back across here, which should not obstruct your view of the scope. It does not. And let me bring up the FAA NOTAMs just to get some information here. All right, so because I read this in the news, there was just like an article in the newspaper that they were reopening their runways in Toronto. So I'm curious to see if the NOTAMs are still here for the runway being closed or if it's actually in use now. That was 23, not authorized. Let's see here. 6 left, 24 right, all stop bars unserviceable. Oh, runway 23 is closed for a couple days. Oh, daily 0500 to 1100. Okay, that's fine. 6 left, 24 right closed. This is until November 24th. So it's still, 24 right is still closed for now. I think they've mostly done the paving. I feel like they're finishing up the last of the work on it here, though. The detail work, as it were. Closed, available as taxiway. Yeah, so it's not quite open yet, but very soon now. For those of you that have been following along and watching this all summer long, it's been a bit of a bear, anyways. And what's the weather in the city? Is it VFR? It should be VFR. Yeah, it's 8 miles in Clare. November 3368 Kilo. You can plan a visual approach to runway 26. I'll have it turned towards the airport just a moment here for you.
Roger, 6 Kilo.
It's been a long time coming to get this done here, this construction on the runway 24 right in Toronto, but it is nearing the end. They were doing the last parts. I have not been to the airport. It's weird. It's so weird because I was watching the stages of it, and then I have not actually been to the airport in 3 months. So I haven't for the first half of the year I was watching very carefully what was going on out there, and I was curious and paying attention, and now I haven't been to the airport for 3 months, so I have no idea really what the status of that runway looks like at this point, where the construction equipment is along it, etc. November 3368 kilo, turn right heading 240.
Right 240, 68 kilo.
And who is this person here? And somebody's calling on Toronto Center there. Don't think it's that person there. All right. It's about 15 miles. November 3368 kilo, Toronto. When you roll out on that heading, airport's going to be pretty much your 12 o'clock for 15 miles. Reported in sight.
We'll report in sight. Actually, I do have the airport in sight now, 68 kilo.
November 3368 kilo, thanks. You're cleared visual approach, runway 26, Toronto City.
Cleared visual approach, Toronto City, 26 right, 68 kilo.
It's only 26.
Toronto Center, good day. This is Finnair 10, VTML flight level 350.
Finnair 10, Toronto Center, good morning. Squawk code 0505.
Copy. Squawk set to 0505 for Finnair 10.
So if you catch me craning my neck over this way, it's just to kind of just check out the chat on my other screen here. One thing that's also bugging me a little bit is just this. You can tell me what you think. The webcam here, I don't know what it is with the lighting in here today, but it feels very awkward today. It does not look good for some reason, and I don't know why. I've tried turning the gain up. Now it looks too bright and too kind of washed out. But then I have two different screens. One screen it kind of looks okay. The other screen it looks very dark. One screen it looks too bright. Like I'm having a hard time trying to find like a level that's a good compromise. I might try and turn the brightness down a little bit again, and it's like I can't seem to find this nice compromise where it doesn't look either grayed out on one screen or too dark on the other. So you give me your feedback when you guys are watching this, and let me know what you think, if it's too dark or what. But it's very, yeah. I'm having a hard time trying to find like a happy medium with this webcam here. Two different screens, two very different kind of color outputs. All right, and we got an outbound. Cessna 414. Alright, so I'm going to assign him 2-3 for departure, and if you want something else, depending on where he's parked, you can give him something else. It's the NUGOP turn of 5 moves to transition. If it'll let me do it. NUGOP 6 now. He's got NUGOP 5, that's fine. Alright, this guy looks like he's just setting up for an extended final. I went into the traffic, so I'm not too worried about what he's doing, but just seems like he's gone past the center line now. Finnair 10 Toronto, you're identified flight level 350, welcome.
Copy, identified flight level 350 for Finnair 10.
Now he's turning. There he goes. Now he's turning inbound. Good, 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 good. Didn't take long to start getting some traffic up here. It's a Wednesday today. It is, yeah, Wednesday morning today. So it's not exactly a rip-roaring busy day on the VATSIM network, especially in the morning. But nevertheless, Toronto never fails to pack them in. Regardless of the time of day. If there's a controller online, Toronto's got a reputation for having good ATC. People will come. So I'm just going to mute my phone so it doesn't bug me while we're streaming here. November 3368 Kilo Toronto. City winds 320 at 8, clear to land, runway 26.
Clear to land 26, 68 Kilo.
And let's pop up the city ground view here. There we go. Just so when he lands, we can see him. And away we go. So yeah, as I said, I really regret not having done ATC streams for a while. Just the training that I've been going through has taken up so much of my time, and with VATSIM in general, as a controller, I think I've said this on my stream many times, but I really, really, really respect this 2-hour minimum rule. If I can't give 2 hours, it's not worth my logging on, because by the time I've been on for an hour, traffic's just starting to log on, just starting to expect service, and then you disappear on them. So it's not good for me. It's not good for the traffic as well. So I tend not to do anything less than 2 hours. And that being said, so that's been very hard to come by the last little while. Training takes up a lot of time. There's a lot of studying that goes on, even when you're not actually training. Like in terms of actually going to the training facility and doing exercises and practice in that respect. It's only a couple times a week, generally on the weekends, which is what has obstructed my pilot's life career streams. But the rest of the week, you're spending a lot of your week studying, reviewing. There's so much to learn. The operating manual for the aircraft alone is over 5,300 pages. And then throw on top of that a new company operations manual that is some 700 pages long. All sorts of other things I haven't done before, and things that I'm kind of looking forward to. I've never done ETOPS operations before, other than on VATSIM, but I've never done ETOPS operations before, so that's something I've got to study. That's actually the next segment of my training, which is why it's top of my mind. Is we're going to be dealing with waters operations, so it's not really a strict ETOPS operation in the more traditional sense of the word.
Tango Oscar Romeo 11, good day.
And last call, what was the call sign?
Tango Oscar Romeo 11, good day, sir.
Tango Oscar Romeo 11, Toronto, good morning.
Good morning, Tango Oscar Romeo 11, I have flight to Charlie Yankee, Quebec Tango, ready to copy.
Tango Oscar Romeo 11, you're clear to Thunder Bay, Nugop 6 departure, Musit transition, flight planned route. Depart runway 23, squawk code 0550.
Luca 6 standard departure, transition needed. Out of runway 23, squawk will be 0550. Clear to destination after flight to Charlie Yankee, Quebec Tango, Tango Oscar Romeo 11.
Tango Oscar Romeo 11, Toronto, your readback is correct. Information Alpha is current. Start up at your discretion and call ready for taxi.
Info Alpha on board, Tango Oscar Romeo 11. I will call you ready to taxi.
November 3368 Kilo, you can taxi Bravo Alpha into the apron. Have yourself a good day.
Taxi Bravo Alpha to the apron. Have a good day, 6 Kilo.
All right, so he's going in, and there was something I was going to do, and in that moment, I got distracted. Oh yeah, I was just going to make a small volume adjustment, because it sounds like sounds to me like the aircraft are pretty loud, so I'm going to turn that down a fair bit there, and just see how that works out. But maybe it sounds okay to you guys. It sounds to me in my ears like they're pretty loud, so I can always turn it back up on the stream output again. Yeah, it's been quite a while since I've done an ATC stream. I don't know if you're paying attention right at the start of the stream there, and I'm probably going to cut it off when I post eventually on YouTube. But just as I was sort of getting online, I realized that I did not have the data at the bottom of the screen here up to date, where it displays the date and the time. And what I realized was that when I looked at it, if I haven't started the software that actually changes the date, updates the date and time, it just displays the last date and time when it was running, which was September 7th was the last time I had an ATC stream going on this computer. So that just goes to show you how long it's been. It's been just crazy. And I really wish I had feel like I had more time. I think come the new year, it's gonna shift a little bit. Training will hopefully be done in the new year. My lifestyle will revert to a little bit more similar to what it was before. Training, especially at a new company, is just madness. It's been 3 months now of training. I've probably retained about 50% of what I've been taught, to be honest. It's just human nature. You can only take in so much at a time, so much in a day, and I've just had so much thrown at me so quickly. So I'm trying my best to sort of retain as much of it as possible, and we're getting there. In regards to the airplane now, I feel like I'm definitely retaining more than I was. To me, the thing that concerns me now more is the operations manuals themselves, which was the first thing we were taught. So it's the first thing that kind of went out the window when I started absorbing airplane information as well. So. And just watch out for a stuck mic on 2577. It's a lot of information to take in. So I'm starting to feel fairly comfortable with the aircraft in terms of information. I definitely don't consider myself to be an expert by any means. Just got to turn up that output again a little bit there. Don't consider myself an expert by any means, and I think I'm at a good point for where I am for having only been learning this airplane for 6 or 7 weeks. But I wish I was further along, and but it sort of has gotten to that point where I feel like I know enough about the airplane that I don't want to say move on from it, but I can turn my focus back onto the operations manual, onto the day-to-day operations, how things are done. So learning the airplane itself is such a huge obstacle, and especially an airplane as complicated as this one. So it's nice to say that I'm feeling comfortable with it. Not an expert by any means, but comfortable. I think I know enough to know what I don't know, to know where I need to study when I do realize I've forgotten something. So we're moving along. So yeah, like my focus is beginning to shift more onto studying the operations manual, making sure that I know, like I said, the company rules, company procedures, that sort of thing. So I'm looking forward to actually getting out there and flying the airplane very soon. It's been way too long to get this underway, to say the least. But not that I think it could be done any faster. I think the process is fairly well paced. You look at it as you got tons of days off here and there, but and I think that's Tango Oscar Romeo 11. Just to make sure you're watching the push to talk there. You keep hitting it accidentally.
Second, please, Tango Oscar Romeo 11.
Tango Oscar Romeo 11. Just be careful of your push to talk. You keep hitting it there accidentally when you're not talking.
We'll do Tango Oscar Romeo 11.
Thank you. All right. I'm not trying to be mad. Just don't want a lot of background static on the frequency. That's all. Okay. So we got a second aircraft here on the ground in Toronto. Transat 440. Also at Terminal 3, getting ready to go to Montreal. It's going to be good. Yeah, you get lots of days off in training sometimes. The first 2 weeks were pretty intense because it was 5 days of classroom work for pretty much 9 hours a day. Take away an hour for lunch and breaks and everything else like that. But we were solidly learning for 8 hours a day, plus driving to and from the training center basically for an 8 to 5 days. It means you're driving in rush hour both ways. So I spent three and a half hours in the car each day. Was absolutely ridiculous. I wouldn't want to do it as a lifestyle. I couldn't do it as a lifestyle. It drove me nuts. Like the 1 week, I think I spent I counted it up, and I spent about 20 something hours in the car the 1 week. That's way more time than I want to spend in my car. It's not a bad car, but I'm not a person who wants to spend a lot of time in the car. So that was driving me nuts. But it was also like a really intense pace of learning. Then you get into the airplane learning, and it's a little bit slower pace. You get a couple days of training, and then you usually get a couple days off. But that's important because you need time to absorb what you've taken in. If you just try to shoot stuff at people constantly, this is what they were saying was what the instructors were telling us that it used to be that the first level of simulator, the non-motion simulator, the procedure trainer, used to be sometimes they do all 8 sessions back to back. You'd be 8 days straight. You'd be coming in there and doing the procedures trainer every day for 8 days straight for 5 or 6 hours a day. And it sounds like that's fine. It's a work day, but when you're learning too, there's a limit.
Tango Scarrom 11 ready taxi.
And Tango Oscar Romeo 11, what's your position on the field? Is that you at the north end?
North end, confirm, Tango Scarrom 11.
Tango Oscar Romeo 11, thank you. Runway 23, information Alpha, and altimeter 3022. Taxi Kilo at your discretion. Juliet, cross runway 15 left, hold short of 23.
Kilo Juliet, hold short, runway 15 left, connection 022, information up on board, Tango Oscar Romeo 11.
And Tango Oscar Romeo 11, almost. You're cleared to cross runway 15 left, hold short of 23.
Clear to cross 15 left, so hold short 23, Tango Oscar Romeo 11.
Roger.
Thank you.
Yeah, if you're learning if you're being thrown into a training situation for 8 days straight, each day there's a limit to how much information you can take in, and if you're there for an entire 5-6 hour day plus driving back and forth, by the time you get home, your brain has very little mental capacity for additional load, and between training sessions, you really do need to study a little bit. You need to review what happened in the previous training session, stuff that maybe you weren't familiar with, things you need to study and review because you don't know them. You realize you don't know them. You need to look over what you're going to do the next day so you can study that material and be ready for the next day. If you do the back to back to back, that's one comment that was made, was they used to do it that way, and they said people were just zombies by the end of the 8th day. They were not taking in information, and it was just the brain was just melting away to nothing, and nothing useful was happening past about day 4. They do the exercises and they check all the boxes, but really by the end of day 8, but like I said, by the end of day 4, they stopped learning. They were just trying to just get through, and they were not taking in information. So they started adding after about every 2 to 3 sessions, they'd add days off. 2 days off or so, maybe 3 days off, just to sort of give people a chance to reset the brain, so that they're ready to face some more work, but also give them a chance to study as well, so that things that maybe didn't go so well in the previous session, they can go home, they can look over it, they can say, oh, that's what I missed, that's the mistake I made, I didn't read that correctly, I didn't understand that correctly, and they can also move on and study for the next part. So yes, you do get kind of a lot of time off when you're doing training, but the time off is not time off in the sense that I'm just sitting around at home playing on VATSIM all day. Most of you know that I've been able to spend very little time on VATSIM in the last little while compared to what I was doing before I started training, and it's because most of my time is occupied with studying. When I'm at home on my days off, I'm spending a lot of that time reading manuals, studying things, learning, practicing. I have a mock-up flight deck in my computer room here as well that I can use, and it's just trying to learn all that material and absorb it as quickly as possible, but trying not to miss anything as well. The SOPs are, I don't even have my tablet here, or do I? Oh, maybe it's right there, but the SOP section of the manual alone is probably 700-800 pages of study material, not to mention the systems and everything else. So it's a lot of information to have to take in, and in order to do it effectively, it takes time. It's just the way the human brain learns and works. I'm just curious now how much space just the standard operating procedures take up. Normal operating procedures from page 4435 up to 4737. So 300 pages. 300 pages just of the standard operating procedures. Tango Oscar Romeo 11 Toronto. You can contact me once you're airborne. Winds are 260 at 3. Clear for takeoff, runway 23.
Tango Oscar Romeo 11, clear for takeoff runway 23, just a moment please.
Tango Oscar Romeo 11, not a problem. Nobody behind you.
Thank you.
Now, who was Air Canada 702? Yeah, he filed right. Why did it look wrong for a second? No, they're all filed correctly. For some reason, one of them looked wrong initially, but it's okay. Wow, it does not take long. Toronto ATC online, and I've been here for basically about 30 minutes, and I've already gotten 4 departures out of Toronto here. And it's just going to probably pick up from there. Oh, I didn't mean to tag this guy up yet. He's a little early to be tagged. Wait till he takes off to tag him up. Happy to see that this is going to build up pretty quickly here. How many inbounds we have? I mean, one of the keys, of course, is that there's not a whole lot of aircraft, not a whole lot of ATC online yet. There's another flight online. Not a whole lot of ATC online yet in North America, so being one of the first centers, although LAX center's online, that's pretty early for LAX. Somebody is an early riser there. He's been online for 2 hours and 45 minutes already. Up before the sun even comes up there in LAX. Yeah. Wish I could do this more during peak times too, but it's just, again, training has been hard on, it's hard on the family as well, because you spend so much time with your nose buried in books that you really have to set aside that time to spend with the family. So that prime VATSIM time is also, for me personally, prime family time. So that's when you're least likely to find me on VATSIM, is usually the late afternoon and early evening. Late night, early mornings, those are the times you'll find me on when, depending on my schedule. Well, that's okay, because I get the run of the FIR this time of day. All right, Tor 11 is just rolling now. It says this guy's filed an outbound flight plan on VATSPY, but I don't see it. So let me just check and make sure that I do have the outbound airport selected here. Yeah, for some reason it's not showing me as the controller outbound for city. That's why it's not showing me his flight plan.
Air Canada 146, radio check.
Air Canada 146, Toronto, read you 5. Yeah, that's fine.
Air Canada 146 requesting R5 clearance to Calgary.
Air Canada 146, just stand by. Tango Oscar Romeo 11, Toronto, say passing altitude.
Tango Oscar Romeo 11, passing 2,800.
Tango Oscar Romeo 11, Toronto, your radar identified. You're still on the runway heading, correct?
No, I'm following radial 319er out of VOR.
And Tango Oscar Romeo 11, when you accept the NUGOP 6 departure, you got to read it. It does say you're supposed to fly a heading of 245 after taking off from 23 and await radar vectors. Proceed direct to AVSEP on course, and next time, if you don't have the chart, just say so. We'll give you some alternate instructions.
I'm sorry, Tango Oscar Romeo 11.
Tango Oscar Romeo 11, climb flight level 230.
Climb flight level 230, Tango Oscar Romeo 11.
Air Canada 146 Toronto, runway... you're clear to Calgary via the AVSEP 7 departure, vectors... MUSIT transition flight plan route. Depart runway 23, squawk code 057 Wow, I am so not used to doing Toronto right now. Vectors.
Clear to Calgary via the AVSEP 7, MUSIT transition, runway 23, squawk 0573 for Air Canada 146.
Air Canada 146, thanks. That readback is correct. Information Alpha's current. Pushback startup at your discretion, and call when you're ready for a taxi.
Pushback around discretion and call ready taxi for Air Canada 146.
Toronto Center, TBM 226 Kilo, back with you. Request an I-4 clearance to Halifax.
Alright, he's on push. November 3368 Kilo Toronto, you're clear to Halifax via the Island 1 departure, vectors IGSEB flight plan route. Depart runway 26, squawk code 0564.
I apologize about that. So clear to Halifax via the Island 1 departure IGSEB transition, and I didn't get the rest of that. 60 Kilo.
November 3368 Kilo, after the Island 1, it's vectors to IGSEB, flight planned route, depart runway 26, squawk code 0564.
Alright, Island 1 departure, vectors to IGSEB, then flight planned route, expecting runway 26, squawk 0564, 60 Kilo.
November 3368 Kilo Toronto, your readback is correct. Information Alpha still at city, start at your discretion and call ready for taxi.
I'll call for taxi, 60 Kilo.
Toronto Center, very good morning. Air Transat 440, Information Alpha, requesting clearance to Montreal is found.
Air Transat 440, Toronto, good morning. You're cleared to Montreal via the Dead Key 5 departure. Miglo transition, flight plan route, depart runway 23, squawk code 0523.
Clear to Montreal, Dead Key 5 departure, Miglo transition. Will depart runway 23 and squawk code 0523, Transat 440.
Transat 440, that readback is all correct. Information Alpha is current. Push start at your discretion and call ready for taxi.
We have Alpha, we'll call for taxi, Transat 440.
Oh, I keep taking these airplanes by mistake here.
Toronto Center, Air Canada 720, Airbus 320 on stand 126 with information Alpha, IFR clearance to LaGuardia.
And just to confirm the call sign, is it Air Canada 702? I have 702 going to LaGuardia.
Yeah, Air Canada 702.
Okay, just want to be sure. Air Canada 702, you're cleared to New York LaGuardia via the Kepta Tree departure, Bumpa transition, flight plan route. Depart runway 23, squawk code 0530.
Clear to LaGuardia on Kepta 3 departure, transition Punta, rough runway 23, squawk 0530, Air Canada 702.
Air Canada 702, thanks. The readback is correct. Information Alpha is current. Pushback startup at your discretion and call when ready for taxi.
You'll call when ready for taxi, Air Canada 702.
Tango Oscar Romeo 11 Toronto, continue climb, flight level 240.
Continue climb, flight level 240, Tango Oscar Romeo 11.
See, and I look at this here on my other monitor here.
Toronto Center, very good afternoon. KLM 601 Heavy with your flight level 360. Next waypoint is TAFE at 1605.
KLM 601 Toronto, good morning. Squawk code 0522.
Squawk 0522 for KLM 601 Heavy.
Ready to taxi, 60 Kilo.
November 3368 Kilo Toronto, city information still Alpha, the altimeter 3023, runway 26, taxi Charlie Delta, hold short 26, advise ready.
Taxi runway 26 via Charlie Delta, will advise when holding short 60 Kilo.
KLM 601 Heavy, identified flight level 360, welcome. Really should be doing one job at a time, and it's you know, controllers are a lot like pilots in a lot of ways. They're always thinking a couple of steps ahead to make sure that they're mitigating any issues that might arise. The key is not to lose focus on the you know, what you're doing right now as well, and that's one thing that I personally find myself doing all the time. Is I tend to be one step ahead, and I without realizing it, I've often stopped listening to the person that I'm actually talking to right now, and I'm already moving on to the next step. It's important to be ahead, but it's important to also be sure that the information that the current conversation you're having is correct, that the readbacks are correct. We sometimes get into a mode where we don't really listen carefully to the readbacks because most of the time they are correct, so we assume that they're always correct, which is not the case. The whole point of having the readback is to validate the information and make sure that the correct message was received. It's easy for a couple of things to get mixed up, either a couple of numbers to get mixed up or something like that, and then you suddenly have a miscommunication and something not unfolding the way you want it to. But it's also at the same time, when you're working a large sector, and especially when it starts to get busy, you need to be thinking a couple of steps ahead. And so you really have to be very careful how you walk that line between making sure that you are paying attention to what the aircraft you're talking to right now is saying, making sure that you are listening to the readback carefully and correcting it if it's wrong, but also thinking a couple steps ahead, being ready for that next, whatever that next thing is. So, scrolling around from screen to screen, scanning constantly to see what the status of everybody on your screens are to make sure you know what's going on. Everybody's updated here. November 3368 Kilo Toronto, contact me once you're airborne. Winds 320 at 8, clear for takeoff, runway 26.
Clear for 26, clear for takeoff on 26, and we'll call airborne 68 Kilo.
City's another one where, I don't want to curse anybody, but people always screw up the departure because this is one of those airports where the departure is not runway heading off of 26. You have to make a turn after departing 26 to avoid hitting buildings at the far end of the harbor. So you hit, I believe it's 650 feet, and you make an immediate left turn. I don't even know what the headings are anymore. I used to know them off by heart. I don't know them anymore very well, but I could look it up anyways on the Navigraph chart app. But anyways, it's one of those things where you often see people not reading the chart, and it's very frustrating because the whole point of me giving you a clearance that includes a procedure is that you've read the charted procedure. If you don't want to read the charted procedure, that's fine. If you don't have access to the charts, I'm fine with that. Navigraph's not cheap. Not everyone's going to be able to pay for it every year, and that's fine. But just say so. Just say, I don't have that departure. Can I have something else? No problem at all. I can give you alternate instructions. It's a left turn. It's a left turn direct MDOS now. It's not a heading anymore. It's a left turn direct MDOS and then heading 150. So that adds the predictability to it. But yeah, it's one of those things where I don't know why they keep on picking up tags automatically here. I can't reiterate this enough to anybody who is a VATSIM pilot or wants to be a VATSIM pilot. Make sure you read and understand your charts. And make sure you know what your charts are telling you. If you don't understand, ask the controller for clarification. Ask them for a different procedure. We can always give uncharted alternatives. Not necessarily to the approach procedures, but to arrivals and departures. The SIDS and STARS, not every aircraft has got them loaded. Not everyone can afford up-to-date charts because, like I said, Navigraph is expensive. That's fine. Just tell somebody. Tell somebody that you're not going to be able to do what's published or that you don't have the publication. Great, I will give you alternate instructions, no problem. It makes my life easier if you can do it, but I'm more than willing to work with it. But if it's the people who just take off, they put something in the box.
Airborne through 700, 68 Kilo.
November 3368 Kilo, Toronto, thank you. Identified, continue climb 6,000.
Climb to 6,000, 68 Kilo.
And he should be in the left turn there, direct MDOS, but he's not. Or is he? Oh, he is in the left turn direct MDOS. Okay, he did. He just had to. He's supposed to do it, I think, at 400 feet. But sometimes things, above 800 feet, actually. Okay, so yeah, he's pretty good. Yep. November 3368 Kilo, proceed direct IGZEB on course. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right.
Direct IGZEB, then on course 68 Kilo.
Not 100% sure I'm saying that correctly, but anyways, it's fine. He got turned around pretty fast in that TVM. I wonder if he's doing like an FS economy flight too. Because people sort of, it's interesting to see the different demographics of people on the network. The vast majority of people come on here to simulate tube liners, which is a huge part of the aviation industry in general in the world. But there's a large segment of general aviation as well that gets very rarely simulated. But one of the fun things is that FS Economy does actually a pretty good job of simulating the GA world a bit, giving you sort of different random missions to fly. But that's the way the GA world kind of feels sometimes. Is people are just going from random place to random place. So I kind of like it. I really kind of like using FS economy and using the GA aircraft. The thing about the airliners flying to all the major airports is it's very predictable from a controller standpoint for the most part. You know, you're going to fly the same SIDs, the same stars, the same approaches, the same taxi routes. It's very, very, very predictable. You start throwing a couple of red herrings in there. Guys that are going from City over to Halifax, or from, Hamilton out to Oshawa, or Kitchener up to North Bay, sort of very non-standard, and kind of have to route them around the standard traffic. That really adds a lot of interest. The thing that makes the airline aspect interesting from a controller standpoint is when it gets busy, when there's a lot of stuff going on. Sorry, pal. Just asked me a question there. Yeah, when it gets really busy, that's when these airline operations, start to get interesting. But otherwise, they're very routine. I can rattle off the clearances to most places. I can rattle off the routings to a lot of these places. The LaGuardias, the Bostons, very quickly and easily. The Montreals, without too much thought. So it's more interesting from a controller standpoint when you get the random non-standard stuff.
Air Canada 702 requesting taxi.
Air Canada 702 Toronto, runway 23, information's Alpha, altimeter 3022. Taxi down lane 6, Alpha Kilo, Alpha, and Hotel, hold short 23. Oh, pardon me.
Taxi to runway 23 via Lima 6, Alpha Kilo, Alpha, Hotel, hold short of runway 23. Altimeter 3022 with information Alpha, Air Canada 702.
Roger.
Toronto Center, good morning. Transat 244 with information Alpha, requesting clearance to Glasgow.
Transat 244 Toronto, good morning. You're cleared to Glasgow via the Verdo 7 departure, Iptos transition, flight plan route. Depart runway 23, squawk code 0545.
Cleared to Glasgow with the Verdo departure, Iptos transition on the runway 23 and squawk 0545, Transat 244.
Transat 244, that readback is all correct. Information Alpha is still current. Push and start at your discretion and call ready for taxi.
I'll call you for taxi with information Alpha, Transat 244.
See, I'm trying to figure out, because it seems like whenever I make changes to these aircraft, it's automatically assuming them, and I don't like that. I really don't like it. It's very annoying. So why is it automatically assuming aircraft as soon as I start just adjusting their flight plan? Auto assume on ground state set. There it is. I found the option. Okay, so remove that. Auto assume on ground state set. So this should stop all these guys being assumed every time I make a change to something in their flight plan. November 3368 Kilo Toronto, continue climb, flight level 250. Since you continue climb.
Climb to flight level 250, 68 Kilo.
I remember some of that fun times. So the pilot chatting with me is just trying to figure out what the local time is, because his version of P3D is not properly syncing to the local time, and it's just showing him it's still being dark outside. So, which I remember those problems. I remember I used to have those issues with P3D back in the day. Time sync wasn't always, especially with the daylight savings time, because the daylight savings time start and end shifted at some point, but the P3D database still respected the old dates. So it was very, especially during that period of time, during that overlap, oftentimes you'd end up being out by an hour when you start up your sim, because it would look at the local time and say, well, you're in this time zone and this is the local time, and so ergo UTC must be this time, but it was out by an hour because it was failing to account for the fact that it was daylight savings time still. So yeah, I remember those issues with P3D. My Microsoft Flight Simulator doesn't seem to have those issues. The time sync seems to be a little bit smarter in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Yeah, I do like the fact that Microsoft Flight Simulator just defaults to current weather and current time, and that's the way I like to fly in general. Occasionally, I was practicing rejected takeoffs and low visibility departures. So the other day, I really cranked up the fog in it, and that's one thing that I find is a little bit odd, perhaps, about the weather setup screen in Microsoft Flight Simulator. So it needs a little improvement there, because if you're trying to set the weather up to specifically kind of represent these low visibility departures and meet specific criteria, if you're trying to do an RVR 600 or RVR 1200 approach or departure, there's no way to set the visibility. All you can do is bring the clouds down to the field and increase the density of the cloud, but there's no way to really easily correlate that to an actual RVR value. It would be nice if when you increase the density, if there was like even just a readout of RVR value at airport or whatever, or if you could directly adjust the visibility would be the other option, but you can't do either of those things. So that's a little frustrating. Just trying to practice low-vis operations. I kind of had it, and I think I had it down to about an RVR 600, give or take, based on the number of runway lights I was seeing. It was about RVR 600, but yeah, that surprises me for all the effort that's gone into a lot of things with the interface. It feels like that part of the interface did not quite it's not quite done, if you will. Needs a little work.
Toronto Control, good afternoon. Swiss 46 Bravo, flight level 350.
Swiss 46 Bravo, Toronto Center, good day. Just give me a second here, let me find you. Sorry, Swiss Air, it was 46 Bravo?
Hey, firm.
Swiss Air 46 Bravo, I don't see a flight plan for you. I've got a Swiss Air 438. Can you just, oh, actually, never mind. There you are. Just popped up. If you could squawk 0525 Swiss 46 Bravo.
0525 Swiss 46 Bravo.
I was looking at South.
Air Canada 146 going to taxi runway 23.
Air Canada 146 Toronto, runway 23, information Alpha, altimeter 3022. Behind the Transat, just passing off your left. Follow them, lane 5, Alpha, Kilo, Alpha, and Hotel. Hold short 23.
So could you repeat? I got Alpha, Kilo, and lane 5.
Yeah, Air Canada 146, you're just trapped behind that Transat there, so once he starts moving, hopefully he'll call me momentarily, you can follow him. Lane 5, Alpha, Kilo, Alpha, and Hotel.
Okay, no problem for the Transat, Alpha, Kilo, Alpha, Hotel, 423, for Air Canada 146.
So center, Air Canada 702 ready for takeoff runway 23.
Swiss Air 46 Bravo Toronto, identified flight level 350, welcome. And Air Canada 702 Toronto, are you on Quebec there?
No, I'm on hotel.
Alright, Air Canada 702, it just looks like you're facing onto Quebec there. Contact me once you're airborne. The wind's 2 60 at 3. Clear for takeoff, runway 23, Air Canada 702.
Actually, sorry, you are right. I'm on Quebec. Sorry.
Okay, Air Canada 702 is not a problem today. If you do need Quebec in the future, please let me know. The normal departure point for 23 is hotel.
Okay, sorry about Air Canada 702.
Toronto Center, very good morning. Ocean 42 Echo with your level 380 and information Alpha is on board.
Ocean 42 Echo Toronto, good morning. Squawk code 0560.
Setting 0560 in the box, Ocean 42 Echo.
Not too bad.
Transat 440, request taxi.
Air Transat 440 Toronto, runway 23 information Alpha, and the altimeter 3023. Minimum power on the breakaway, you've got a 321 that's going to follow you. Taxi lane 5, Alpha Kilo, Alpha, and Hotel. Hold short 23.
Link 5, Alpha Kilo, Alpha, and Hotel will use minimum breakaway, Transat 440.
Finnair 10 Heavy Toronto, you're just leaving my airspace to the east. Montreal's not online. Switch the en route frequency. Surveillance service terminates. Good night. Good morning. Whatever David is. I just I'm so used to say good night.
Say again for Swiss 46 Bravo.
That wasn't for Swiss 46 Bravo. That was for Finnair 10 Heavy. Finnair 10 Heavy Toronto, you here?
Toronto Center, Canada 702, 1900, climbing 5000 on the Kepta 3 departure.
Air Canada 702 Toronto, thank you. Identified, climb 7000, after noise, left turn, direct saver on course.
Climb 7000, then turn to the saver, Canada 702.
Ocean 42 Echo Toronto. You're identified at flight level 380. Information is Alpha in Toronto. Plan runway 24 left. When ready, descend flight level 240.
Expect 24 left for landing, information Alpha is on board, and when ready, descend flight level 240, Ocean 42 Echo.
Air Transat 440, I'm worried that we made a wrong turn there, so join Alpha via Alpha Juliet, if that's correct.
Transat 440, yeah, that's fine. Out Alpha Juliet Alpha.
Perfect.
Finnair 10, Toronto Center.
And Finnair 10, trying to get you a couple of times there. You're leave my airspace to the east now. Switch the en route frequency. Surveillance service terminates. Montreal's not online. Enjoy the rest of your flight.
Thank you. Tuning Unicom on 122.8. Have a fantastic day. Sorry for the inconvenience that I wasn't in the cockpit for 5 minutes there.
No problem. Air Canada 702, continue climb, flight level 230, left turn now, direct Rycom on course.
Climb flight level 230, direct to Rycom, Canada, Air Canada 702.
Alright, so Transat 440 is being followed closely by Air Canada 146. Boy, he's not giving him any space. Okay, I probably don't need this anymore here. Alright, Ocean 42 Echo's been cleared. Swiss Air is just an overflight. 3368 kilos climbing. Alright, things are happening here. This guy needs to start turning at some point. Oh, and we got another one on the ground here. Air Canada 102 to Miami. Miami. Yeah, beat 3 era. Yeah, I'll take that westbound out.
Transat 440, is it okay if we continue to Quebec instead of hotel?
Transat 440, affirmative. Hold short of Quebec on hotel.
Hold short of Quebec on hotel, Transat 440.
Air Canada 146, when you get to the runway, the 310 ahead is going to take Quebec. You can just hold short 23 on hotel, please.
No, I'll hold short 123. Air Canada 146.
I hope he got that message. I feel like he's going to follow him. It's not the end of the world.
Tango Oscar Romeo 11 to Toronto Control.
Tango Oscar Romeo 11, Toronto, go ahead.
Tango Oscar Romeo 11, may I follow the VOR navigation via Yankee Victor Victor and then Sierra Sierra Mike? Interrogative.
Tango Oscar Romeo 11, that's approved. Re-clear to Thunder Bay via present position, direct Wyerton, Yankee Victor Victor, direct Sault Ste. Marie, Sierra Sierra Mike, direct.
Thank you very much, sir. I will follow that route. Tango Oscar Romeo 11.
Transat 440 Toronto. Contact me once you're airborne. Winds are 250 at 5. Via Quebec, clear takeoff, runway 23.
We'll call you airborne to Quebec, clear takeoff, runway 23, Transat 440.
I could throw up a few more ATISes while I'm at it here too, I guess. I haven't even been... things picked up so quickly here, and I was enjoying this chatting so much that I didn't even realize I could put up another ATIS or two here. So I put up Ottawa. Ottawa's always a good ATIS to have up. And I don't know where else. Hamilton, Kitchener, Oshawa, Windsor, Trenton, London. I don't know. Could be any number of these. We'll go with London for now, I guess. Sort of gives me a good flight in there. Yeah. Okay, we'll do it that way. All right, so we'll do 1-5 in London. Oh, Air Canada 146 paid attention. Nice. I just he sounds a little bit like a novice, and he's been flying around a fair bit on the network though, so it doesn't sound like very much of a novice anymore. But it's such an easy thing to miss not following aircraft onto Quebec, especially when he was doing such a good job of religiously following this guy. I was worried he missed that part of the instruction, but he got it. He got it. He's doing good. There goes the 310. Air Canada 146, line up only, runway 23, short delay for weak turbulence separation.
Line up runway 23 and no hold for the delay for Air Canada 146.
Alright.
Almost Center, Transat 244 is ready for taxi.
Transat 244 Toronto, runway 23, information Bravo, altimeter 3023. Taxi lane 5, Alpha Kilo, Alpha and Hotel, hold short 23.
Information Bravo, altimeter 3023, Alpha Kilo, Alpha and Hotel, and hold short of runway 23 for Transat 244.
Transat 440 is passing 2000.
Transat 440, thank you. Identified, climb 7,000.
Climbing 7,000, Transat 440.
Air Canada 702, continue climb, flight level 290.
Flight level 290, Air Canada 702.
Transat 440, turn left, direct saver on course, climb flight level 230.
Direct saver on course, climbing 230, Transat 440.
See, I see this guy coming in, and I keep thinking he's on arrival, but he's just at a high overflight. But it's just sort of, he's got that same kind of motion that most of the time I'm expecting to see arrivals. You don't see a whole lot of overflights over Toronto. It's not on a lot of corridors. You do see some kind of in the when you're heading out to the tracks, the NAT tracks and stuff, but you don't see a lot of overflights over Toronto itself. Ocean 42 Echo Toronto, continue descent 8,000, the Toronto altimeter 3023.
Further descent to 8,000 feet and altimeter is 3023, Ocean 42 Echo.
Unfortunately, not on conflicting tracks at this point. Air Canada 146 Toronto. Caution possible wake turbulence from the departed A310 ahead. Contact me once you're airborne. The wind's 250 at 5. Cleared for takeoff. Runway 23.
250 for takeoff for Air Canada 146.
And it's funny too. That's one thing I've kind of noticed as well. This 310 is quite popular now, and I know we all kind of know where it's coming from. Microsoft Flight Simulator has a fairly detailed. I haven't even opened it up yet, and that's one that I'm also interested in opening up. But again, so much of my time has been spent studying. I don't really have time. I feel like to really invest in a new airplane. I don't mind kind of picking up the airplanes I know how to fly. The 777.
Toronto Center, Walker 2688. Good morning. Looking for IFR clearance to Keflavik.
Walker 2688 Toronto, good morning. You're cleared to Keflavik via the Verdo 7 departure, Iptos transition, flight plan route. Depart runway 23, squawk code 0520.
And Walker 2688 is cleared to Keflavik as filed via the Verdo 7 Iptos transition, flight plan route. Runway 23 for departure, 0520 on the box.
Walker 2688, that readback's all correct. Information Bravo's current. Pushback startup at your discretion. Call ready for taxi.
Push start by discretion, call for taxi, 2688.
Yeah, I don't have the time to learn
Walker 46 airborne passing 2200.
Air Canada 146 Toronto, thank you very much. You're identified. Climb flight level 230. And through 3600, turn right direct AVSEP on course.
230 and direct AVSEP on course for Air Canada 146.
Air Canada 146, that's all correct, except it's AVSEP on course after 3600.
Oh, okay, after 3,600 direct to AVSEP on course for Air Canada 146.
Air Canada 702 Toronto, you're about to leave my airspace to the southeast. Cleveland Center's not online. Switch to the en route frequency. Surveillance service terminates, and have a good rest of your flight.
Thank you very much for your service today. Bye-bye. Air Canada 702.
Bye-bye. Yeah, I don't have the time to learn the 310 right now. I imagine it's probably pretty similar to the other Airbuses, but just don't have the time, the mental capacity to really learn something new. But it looks like a lot of fun, and certainly it looks like a lot of people are having fun with it. So recently on one of my last pilot life streams, I pointed out a new website that I really kind of am enjoying right now, and it's called statsim.net. So imagine VATSIM, but with a stat at the front instead of just VATSIM. So statsim.net. And it is basically it's just a statistics website for the VATSIM network. But one of the really kind of neat things about it, right there on the homepage, if you go to it right now, statsim.net, is there is a collection of graphs of current flights on the network. Let me just clear this guy a little higher here. Transat 440 Heavy, continue climb, flight level 390.
Continue climb 390, Transat 440.
I did drop this guy, right? Oh, is Cleveland online? Oh my gosh. Oh, weird. Cleveland is online, but it's not showing him. No. He must have just shown up too, because that Swiss Air was straight from Unicom. So he's only been here for a couple minutes, but it's not showing up as a relevant controller. He's only been online for 17 minutes. I mean, it's long enough. I should have noticed him by now. That's really annoying. It's really I kind of depend on some of the features of Euroscope, and when Euroscope does not perform the way I expect it to, that really kind of throws a wrench in my plans. But yeah, anyway, sorry. Back to what I was saying about statsim.net. On the overall overview page here, and let's see if I can I bring this up here? Yeah, right there. On the network overview page, which is the home page, it's got some nifty information here. On the left, it's got the proportion of controllers online that are on local tower ground delivery positions, arrival departure positions, and center positions. So local positions are obviously dominant. It's got the last 3 days, the overall pattern of ATC coverage, so how many hours of ATC are being provided every hour. So it peaked at 160 hours of ATC pretty much here the other night, being provided during that 1 hour between at 20 Zulu. So it's a lot lower right now. Now there's only about 37 controllers on average providing control right now, but it's going to go up as Europeans. But the other one that I really want to show you here was the one on the right here. This chart on the right shows you the breakdown of different types of aircraft currently flying on the network. And for the longest time, it's been A320 and B738 have been duking it out for the number 1 and number 2 spot, 182 versus 153 flights. And they just kind of alternate back and forth day by day. Some days the 738's doing more, some days the 320's doing more. And then usually there was also the A20N and the 737 were the other two that would just sort of have these little slivers. But there's a new sliver in the pie here that's become very popular, and that's the A310. A lot of people, that's the A319 over there. There's quite a few people flying that, but lots of people, you know, it came from nowhere. Nobody was ever flying an A310, and all of a sudden now it's showing up here. I guess I think it's anything that has like more than like 5%.
244 is holding a shoulder of 23.
And Air Transat 244 Toronto. Contact me once you're airborne. Winds are 250 at 5. Clear for takeoff runway 23.
Clear for takeoff runway 23, and we'll contact you once airborne for Transat 244.
Yeah, so very interesting to see how like various aspects of you know, to see how the community and the network evolves as they're influenced by these various events, such as the release of the A310. And obviously, when the 37 came out, that was huge. To me, that the 320 and the 737 represent PMDG and Phoenix primarily. And that's not to say that there's not other ones out there. Obviously, people are flying X-plane as well. But I would say that probably like 70% of the people flying the 320, 75% of the 320 and the 738 here are probably flying the PMDG and the Phoenix. But it's interesting how that 310 quickly crept in there. People have been looking for larger, heavy aircraft, but quality heavy aircraft, not the default 87, not the default 747i. They've been looking for quality aircraft. Let me just make sure Boston's all in. No, Boston. November 3368 Kilo Toronto. You're about to leave my airspace to the east. Boston's not online. Switch to on frequency. Surveillance service terminates. Have yourself a great rest of your flight.
Roger, going to Unicom. Thanks for the ATC. Have a good day. 68 Kilo.
Air Canada 146 Toronto. Continue climb. Flight level 360.
Continue climb to 360 for Air Canada 146.
Got a couple of more departures on the ground here in Toronto. It's a steady morning. I like it. It's enough to keep me busy here. Throw in a couple of conversations, and it's making for a very, I think, pretty good live stream here. I was a little skeptical. That's not right. That's not right at all. I was a little skeptical at first about coming online in the morning like this, whether or not there's going to be enough traffic to be worth really having a stream for. But I'm amazed at how quickly it has become very worthwhile. There's enough people who are at home during the day, I guess, that want to fly in Canada that say, hey, look, good ATC in Canada. I'm going to go fly there. Not to toot my own horn, but heck, any ATC sometimes is good ATC, right?
The 244 is at 1,700, climbing 5,000.
All right, there were two calls there. I definitely heard Transat 244. You're identified. Continue climb. Flight level 230. And at 3,600, left turn, direct saver on course.
Climb 230, and on what altitude I should turn to saver?
Transat 244, 3,600, direct saver on course.
3,600, turn left on saver on course, Transat 244.
Roger. And there was another call there at the same time. Who was that?
This is Air Canada Rouge 962.
Rouge 962, Toronto, good morning.
Good morning. Can I get a 5x5?
Sorry, Rouge 962, say that one more time?
Air Canada Rouge 962, can I get a mic check?
Oh, Air Canada, sorry, Rouge 962, yeah, read you 5, no problem.
Roger, thank you. We'll call you for clearance in a sec.
Roger. Alright,
Toronto Control, hello, Southwest 713 at standard Bravo 9, here with information from Bravo, request clearance to card, please.
Southwest 713 Toronto, you're cleared to the Chicago O'Hare Airport via the GoPup 4 departure hockey transition flight plan route. Departures runway 23, squawk code 0575.
Clear to O'Hare Airport at Chicago via GoPup 4 transition hockey runway 23 and squawk 0467. Southwest 713.
And Southwest 713, the squawk code is 0575. Not sure where his code is.
Sorry, 0575 Southwest 713.
Southwest 713, that readback is all correct. Information Bravo is current. And push back. Actually, give me a call when you're ready for the push.
Roger, call you when I'm ready to push Southwest 713.
KLM 601 Toronto. You're leaving my airspace to the southwest. Minneapolis is not online. Switch the en route frequency. Surveillance service terminates. And have a good rest of your flight.
Toronto Center, Air Canada Rouge 962, requesting clearance to the Miami International Airport.
And Rouge 962, I don't see a flight plan for you. If you can just hit refile for me.
Roger, we refile.
Toronto Center, Walker 2688 is ready for taxi 23 with Bravo.
Alright, Walker 2688 Toronto, runway 23, the information is Bravo, altimeter 3023. Taxi down lane 9, out Alpha Mike, Alpha, and hold short Alpha Kilo.
Can you give me those taxis again? Sorry.
Walker 2688 for runway 23, taxi down lane 9, out Alpha Mike, Alpha, and hold short Alpha Kilo for now.
23 via lane 9, Alpha Mike, Alpha, hold short, Alpha Kilo for 2688.
Roger. Okay, KLM's gone, so he wasn't answering on voice, but that's okay. He's gone. What else we got going on?
Toronto Center, Air Canada Rouge 962, we followed the flight time.
Okay, Rouge 962, I don't see it yet. Let me just take a quick look around, see what I can find out.
Roger.
Yeah, it's not showing you his file still. And Rouge 962, yeah, it's still showing you as no flight plan. Maybe just double check the call sign you're filing it under. Maybe something's slipped up on the numbers somehow.
Roger, Air Canada Rouge 962, we'll check on it.
Let's see here. And Rouge 962, I am looking here, and I do see a pre-filed flight plan for Air Canada 962. So yeah, just check the call sign you're filing it under there.
Yeah, we're going to change the call sign now. Bye.
Simple mistake. Transat 244 Heavy, Toronto, continue climb, flight level 330.
Climbing 330 for Transat 244 Heavy.
Ocean 42 Echo, proceed direct Amalu, descend 4000.
Direct Amalu descending 4000, Ocean 42 Echo.
Alright, I'm going to stop doing the push your discretion, because there's like 3 airplanes lined up side by side. Those are probably the guys that are all going to Miami, I bet. I bet you that's what that is. Okay, who's handing me an airplane here? Who's handing me an airplane? Cleveland Center requesting me to track Sun Country. Oh, I see you, Sun Country. Here he comes. Okay, yep. Yep. Ling 3. Should be on 24 left for arrival.
Toronto Center, Aircam, middle. Toronto Center, Air Canada Rouge 962. We just flew for the flight to Miami.
And Rouge 962, it's still not coming up here. Still don't see a flight plan for the Rouge flight. I still see Air Canada 962's pre-filed flight here. I don't know if you want to log in as Air Canada 962, but it's not taking the Rouge flight, I guess.
Okay, I'll try it again.
Might have to log out for a second before it'll accept the file.
And Toronto Center, Sun Country 8240, 19.1 to 16,000.
Sun Country 8240 Toronto, very good morning to you. Information Toronto's Bravo, runway 24 left for arrival.
Roger, we got Bravo for 8240.
And Ocean 42 Echo, if I didn't say it, you can plan the ILS, runway 24 left.
Current heading clear for the ILS 24 left, Ocean 42 Echo. Yeah, you didn't mention that.
Ocean 42 Echo, I just said plan the ILS, but yeah, actually at Amalu you are cleared the ILS 24 left. Hey, there we go.
Okay, sorry for that. From Amalu, cleared the ILS 24 left, Ocean 42 Echo.
And Rouge 962, I got you now. Yeah, you ready to copy? Just had to look through it. It's a little bit different route for Miami, but it's fine.
Air Canada Rouge 962.
All right, Rouge 962 Toronto, you're cleared to Miami via the Mixit 6 departure Gentry transition flight plan route. Departure runway is 23, squawk code 0501.
Toronto Center, Air Canada Rouge 962. We're clear to the Miami International via departure SID Mitsu 6, ready Gen 2, trans, departure runway is 23, and squawking 0501.
Rouge 962, that readback is correct. Information Bravo's current. Give me a call when you're ready for the push.
Roger, we'll call you ready for push. Air Canada Rouge 962. Thank you.
Sun Country 8240, descend 1000. And Sun Country 8240, it broke up. Confirm 11,000, 11,000.
11,000, 11,000 for 8240.
Thank you.
Air Canada 440 header.
And two aircraft there blocking each other. Transat 440, was that you, Colin?
Hey, Farnham, Transat 440 requesting descent.
And Transat 440, descend now, flight level 290.
290, Transat 440.
And somebody else called Toronto?
Southwest 713, ready for pushback.
Southwest 713 Toronto, push back onto lane 1, tail east, and call ready for taxi. Southwest 713 Toronto, push back onto lane 1, tail east, and call ready for taxi.
Okay, perfect. Push on lane 1, taking east, and call you when I'm ready to taxi Southwest 713.
And Center Air Canada 1202 is at Bravo 20 with information Bravo IFR clearance to Miami.
Air Canada 1202 Toronto, you're cleared to Miami via the Beats 3 departure, ERA transition, flight plan route. Departure runway is 23, squawk code 0574. Get a little eager and pressing the buttons before I should.
Air Canada 1202 is cleared to Miami via the Beats 3 departure, ERA transition. Runway is 23, squawking 0574 for Air Canada 1202.
Air Canada 1202, that readback is all correct, and information Bravo's current. Give me a call when you're ready for the push.
Call ready for push for Canada 1202.
Toronto Center, Walker 2688, holding short Alpha Kilo.
Walker 2688, sorry about that. Lots of stuff going on here. Continue Alpha Hotel, hold short 23.
Alpha Hotel, hold short 23, 2688.
Too much stuff going on here now. Alright, so this guy, yeah, this is going to work out fine. He's going to turn in front of him, but he's not really going to turn. They are going to sort of merge eventually here, but not really, actually. No, they're going to be parallel tracks, so it doesn't even matter. Good stuff, good stuff. I forgot Transat 440 is going just as far as Montreal. This guy's going to Glasgow. The 244 is going all the way to Glasgow. And then we got another guy coming in here. Is he coming in here? No, he's just an overflight. I'm just sort of looking at VATS by now and cheating a little bit sometimes. But it's good to have this as a tool because sometimes people don't know what they're doing. Or sometimes people are not responding when you're calling them on the radio. So it's kind of good to have.
Center on the center, Ocean 42 Echo, established on the ILS, 24 left, about 12 nautical miles to go.
Ocean 42 Echo, Raj. Alright, he's pushed. He's still going. Oh, I lost the TOR 11. I don't know where he went. He was having a little trouble flying the VOR outbound. I don't know what was going on there. And then I lost him. He's gone. He's just gone. I don't know where he went, but he's gone. That's funny. Transat 440 Heavy Toronto. You're about to leave my airspace to the east. Montreal is not currently online. You can switch the on frequency. Surveillance service terminates. Further descent at your discretion. And happy landings.
Further descent at our discretion. Switching to Unicom 22. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. Bye. Transat 440.
Bye-bye. Sun Country 8240 Toronto. Continue descent 8,000.
Sun Country 8240.
He's got a bad radio. Anybody else in here? Everybody else has at least been given clearances. Southwest's pushed. Just got to keep scrolling through here to keep track of what's going on when there's so many screens.
Center, Air Canada 102, clearance to Miami.
Air Canada 102 Toronto, you're cleared to Miami via the Beats 3 departure. Era transition flight plan route. Depart runway 23, squawk code 0534.
Okay, are declared to Miami via the Beats 3 RE transition flight plan route runway 23, 0534.
Air Canada 102, that readback is correct. Information Bravo's current. Give me a call when you're ready for the push.
Good, information Bravo.
Ocean 42 Echo Toronto, winds are 250 at 5, clear to land, runway 24 left.
24 left, clear to land, Ocean 42 Echo.
Swiss Air 46 Bravo Heavy Toronto, you're leaving my airspace to the east. Montreal's not online. Switch the on route frequency. Surveillance service terminates. Good night. I always say good night.
Down 122.8. Thank you for the service. Good night. Swiss 46 Bravo.
Let me look outside and see if it's still daylight. Yeah, it's daylight. I gotta stop saying good night. I gotta say good morning. Or just goodbye. Oh, it's hilarious. It just... Ooh, we got another one. City. Got a Cessna. IFR to Buffalo. And he's got to go, yeah, he's got to take the long route because it's 172, so he's got to go around the end of the lake. Yeah, no, that works for me. All right, so I'll give him the Island 1 departure off runway 26. There you go. Bob's your uncle. Got to get the city view back up again here. Oops. No, hold on, it was there. It was there. I don't know why it disappeared at first. There it is. There it is. That's what I'm looking for. It's at a gate for some reason in 172. But anyways, I'm not going to ask questions.
Southwest 713 for taxi, please.
Southwest 713 Toronto, runway 23, information Bravo, altimeter 3023. Taxi down lane 1, Alpha Tango, Alpha, and Hotel.
Runway 23, information Bravo, Arculent, altimeter 3023. Taxi via lane 1, Alpha Tango, Alpha, and Hotel. Southwest 713.
Walker 2688 Toronto, contact me once you're airborne. The wind's 250 at 5, clear for takeoff, runway 23. Oh, we got a second one.
Contact the airborne, clear for takeoff 23 for 2688.
I am very impressed with how busy this morning has been. I was expecting a bit of a snooze fest. I was debating whether it was even worth doing a live stream just because you'd normally expect it to be pretty quiet on a morning like this, but pretty impressed with how busy it is this morning. fairly impressed. And I don't know if any of the other FIRs would have quite made it up to this level either. That's the funny thing too. I think about it, and I doubt if I'd logged on in too many other places if I would have gotten this many.
Hey everybody, it's Captain now.
Don't do that. I'm trying to just do something here, and I hate when web pages don't start just videos automatically. Anyways, I was just going to post a little cross post here.
Toronto Center, Ocean 42 Echo, vacated Delta 4 and request stand 178 if possible.
And Ocean 42 Echo, continue across runway 24 right, Delta, cross 33 right, and I'm sorry, you said 178, correct?
Yep, 178 would be perfect.
All right, Ocean 42 Echo, enter the apron at Delta, Quebec.
Crossing 24 right approved on the other side via Delta, and Delta Quebec to stand 178, Ocean 24 Echo.
Ocean 42 Echo, that's correct, and you are cleared across runway 33 right as well on Delta.
Hi, yeah, I noticed also that clear to cross runway 33 right on Delta, Ocean 42 Echo. Thanks.
No problem.
Toronto Center, Walker 2688 is airborne, passing 2700.
Walker 2688 Toronto, thanks. Identified, climb 7,000.
Up to 7,000, 2688.
Walker 2688, turn left, direct saver on course.
Left on course, 2688.
Toronto Center, Rouge 962, we're ready for a push from gate B18.
Rouge 962 Toronto, push onto lane 3, tail east, call ready for taxi.
Roger, pushing on to lane 3, Rouge 962, we'll call when ready.
Yeah, just did a little cross post onto my Twitch channel just to see if we can get a couple, or onto my YouTube channel just to see if we can lure in any other viewers here. Been a little bit quiet here in the chat. That's fine. I know you guys probably are all working, and I'm the only person who has a day off in the middle of the morning, but that's fine. I'm enjoying this. I mean, obviously, there's plenty of other people who have time off because they're all here flying this network.
Air Canada, Toronto ground, Air Canada 102, ready to push.
Air Canada 102 Toronto. Make sure the transponder's on. And which gate are you at?
Bravo 19.
All right, Air Canada 102, stand by. Rouge 962, can I amend your push instructions?
Roger, thanks. Rouge 962, we'll commence our push.
Sorry, Rouge 962. Is it too late to amend your instructions? Have you already put them in for the ramp guys there?
Oh, my bad. Rouge 962, we'll wait.
Okay, Rouge 962. No, you continue, and I'll have to hold the other aircraft just till you're a little bit out of the way there. All right, and this looks like it's going to work out okay.
Oh, Rouge 962, yes, you can change my push.
Okay, Rouge 962, if you can push, let's see here, tail to your left. So on the edge of the apron, tail to your left. And that way I can get the other aircraft out as well.
Roger, Rouge 962, we'll push tail facing left, no facing right. Thank you.
Air Canada 102, your push is also approved onto lane 3, tail east, and call ready for taxi. Use caution, the Rouge off your left is pushing as well.
Okay, that'd be tail east and lane 3.
Sun Country 8240, descend 4,000.
Descend 4,000, 8240.
Walker 2688, climb flight level 230.
Up to 320, 2688.
And Walker 2688, flight level 230, 23.
230 for 2688.
Southwest 713, deployed on a 23, ready for takeoff.
Southwest 713, Toronto, contact me once you're airborne. The wind's 250 at 5, clear for takeoff, runway 23.
Roger, contact when I'm airborne, clear for takeoff from 23, Southwest 713.
Let's see if I can get live winds up now. That might be a nice change. Instead of giving them the static METAR winds, if I can give them live winds. Because if you get up to if you get Nav Canada's live RVR view up, which it's not loading for some reason, but if you get their live RVR view up, it has the current winds always displayed as often as the RVRs are updated. Nope. And then okay, I shouldn't do this, but I'm gonna correlate him just to see if this guy is tracking him, but I'm gonna guess because he has no squawk code that he's not being tracked. A lot of people just go shooting across the network, they take off, and then they wander away. I mean, I will say that I do wander away sometimes while I'm doing stuff, but I certainly I'm watching my phone with my remote desktop every couple of minutes there at least. But some people just go shooting across the network for hours without ever looking at their computer.
Southwest 713 airborne, passing 2000 feet.
And Southwest 713, you should be on code 0575.
Zero 575. Yeah, it's correct.
And Southwest 713, right now I show you on code 0565. So 0575 is what it should be.
Oops, it's my fault. Now it's correct. Southwest 713.
Southwest 713, no problem. Thank you very much. You're now identified at 4600. Continue climb, flight level 230, and direct Tillam on course.
Direct Tilleman and climb 230. Southwest 713.
Alright, lots of stuff going on here, including this Delta guy who's going I don't know where, not talking to anybody, because that's what people do, apparently. An error has occurred. Try these spaces one more time.
Toronto ground, Air Canada 102, ready to taxi.
Air Canada 102 Toronto. Let's see here. Runway 23, information is Bravo. Just keep an eye on that Rouge over at your 1 o'clock there. So if you can, let transition left onto lane 4 just to make sure you avoid him. And out Alpha Juliet Alpha Hotel for runway 23.
Okay, Roger. We'll look up for the Rouge. Information Bravo, lane 4, we'll taxi onto Alpha Juliet Alpha 223.
You got it. And somebody else is calling there?
Air Canada.
Where's Air Canada 146?
Air Canada 146, you're crossing the aircraft for 5 minutes.
Air Canada 146, that's approved. Let me know when you're back.
And Toronto, Air Canada 1202, request mission start.
Air Canada 1202 Toronto, there's a A320 just taxiing out behind you. Behind them, clear to push onto lane 3, tail east, call ready for taxi.
After the traffic starts, passes, first bracket for Air Canada 1202.
Sun Country 8240, turn left, heading 330.
330, 8240.
Walker 2688, continue climb, flight level 310.
Continue 310, 2688.
Transat 244 Heavy Toronto, you're leaving my airspace to the east. Montreal's not online. Switch to the en route frequency. Surveillance service terminates. Good day.
Switching to Nikon. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Toronto Center, Ocean 42 Echo, stand 178 on the blocks, shutting down. Thanks for an excellent flight today, and all the best. See ya, bye.
Bye-bye, thank you very much, and we'll see you next time. Alright, runway 26. I'm a beginner, first fly in the US, first VFR flight. You know that
You're
Toronto's
going
not part
for
of the
lunch
US.
soon, and I'm going for dinner.
I got about an hour till lunch, so but enjoy your dinner.
Thanks a lot.
Sun Country 8240 Toronto, turn left heading 270 to intercept, cleared ILS 24 left.
270 to intercept, clear ILS 24 left, Sun Country 8240.
And he took the wrong turn there, but anyways. I didn't mean to. I think I confused that Rouge guy by giving him an amended clearance because now he can't get it. He just can't seem to get going there. Oh, it's funny. No, not that guy. That guy's the guy taxiing. That guy's the guy pushing. That guy's pushing. Okay, now it's all updated. I let the Sun Country go way farther than I should have. I didn't really mean to, just sort of that's the way it happened. Alright, I'm just going to keep on bothering this guy because he does not seem to care about contacting me. So I'm just going to keep on spamming him to contact me until he actually does call me. Because, yeah, it's the responsibility of every pilot on the VATSIM network to keep an eye on the flights that are out there and call the controllers that are relevant to your flight. So if you're not calling them, that's your problem. But it's also a problem for everybody else. I still don't like the color of this thing. I don't know. Not very good. Not very. I don't know if it's it's the webcam that's doing it or what. It's not a very good quality webcam. This is. I'm actually on my laptop today, so it's a built-in webcam. It's not the best quality camera. I have a much better quality camera on my other computer, but I wasn't going to use my other computer today. No, Spaces seems to be. Yeah, Spaces does not seem to be working today. That's annoying. I hope you don't need to start logging in to use it, because I really like that as a system. Okay. Did Rouge finally get it? Oh, he's got it going. He's got it going. All right, good stuff. It's fine. This is what happens sometimes. I like to control the pushes, but I realize that in VATSIM, controlling the pushes can be very difficult, depending on what software people have. A lot of people just have a default tug, which is not very easy to control, and do a pushback and a pushback and engine start and all that stuff at the same time. It depends on the software you've got. Some people have good software. GSX, if you take a minute to program it, can do a very nice job of pushing to it anywhere you want on the airport. So yeah, you want tail north on the edge of the apron? Yeah, I could do that. Just go into custom mode, edit it, boom, point it, put the target where I want it to be, and it'll push me exactly where I need to be. Other people are using just default pushbacks that are included with the aircraft, or something like a freeware add-on like Pushback Helper, that sort of thing. Then you're not going to get as good a quality pushback, and that's fine. That's not a big deal. I try to work with that, so I try to give realistic pushback instructions, but I very much take it with a grain of salt when I give them. I assume that unless someone really insists that they can do something with their pushback, I assume that they probably can't. Just because that's the nature of the beast. The nature of the sim we live in, we don't always get that level of fidelity anyways. What's Southwest going up to? Southwest 713 Toronto. Continue climb flight level 320, 32.
Roger, continue climb 320, flight level 320, Southwest 713.
I think he's going to be fine because he's got 60 knots there on this guy, but they've got it's a mile a minute. I think it'll be fine.
Sun Country 8240, we're fully established. 24 left.
Sun Country 8240 Toronto, winds are 250 at 5, clear to land, runway 24 left.
Clear to 24 left, Sun Country 8240.
And Toronto, Air Canada 1202, request back to 2.
And, sorry, was it Air Canada 102, or 1202?
Hey, sir, Air Canada 1202.
Air Canada 1202, stand by. I'll get back to you as soon as that Rouge starts moving there as well. looks like we've got a rookie, so I'm going to keep an eye on him, answer his questions as he needs to.
Toronto Center, Rouge 962. We're ready for taxi to runway 23.
Rouge 962 Toronto. You able to make the left turn there and go up to Alpha Tango? I would think so.
Roger, Rouge 962. We'll taxi. We'll take the right turn.
Okay, Rouge 962. I just want to make sure you can make the left turn from there. Sometimes it's hard for me to tell how well you can make a left or right from where you are. But runway 23, information Bravo, altimeter 3023, left turn on the apron, out Alpha Tango, Alpha and Hotel.
Roger, Rouge 962. We take the right turn, yes, we can take it. And onto the apron and taxi Alpha Tango, Alpha, Hotel to runway 23. Thank you.
Air Canada 1202 Toronto. Runway 23, information Bravo, altimeter 3023. You can follow that Rouge aircraft at your 12 o'clock, so it'll be right turn at the edge of the apron there, out Alpha Tango, Alpha and Hotel. Hold short 23.
Okay, so that's Alpha Tango, Alpha, Hotel, hold short 23, or just follow the Air Canada route for Air Canada 1202.
All right. So the guy's asking me questions, and that's fine, that's good. Ask away. If you have questions, please ask. Especially, it's not too busy right now. I have time to answer questions from people about ATC process. So he's asking if he needs a startup clearance, and no, you don't. But that's a valid question because in Europe, in most places you do. So it's definitely a very valid question. Let's just see here. So these guys are going to cross paths here, and then he's going to continue. I'll just make sure he's well across the path, and then I'll clear him higher. Yeah, but valid question, and I'm always happy to answer questions. There's so many variations of things out there. Yeah, I'd much rather answer questions. We've always got new people kind of coming in here. So he said he was going to be VFR, so I might just change his flight plan here to VFR really quickly. And
Toronto Air Canada 102 ready for departure.
Air Canada 102 Toronto, contact once you're airborne, winds 250 at 5, clear for takeoff, runway 23.
Okay, Roger, we'll contact you and clear for takeoff 23, Air Canada 102.
Get this Delta 507. Another contact me, since he probably went all through Cleveland space, ignored probably 3 or 4 contact me's there. Sun Country 8240, welcome to Toronto. Continue Delta 4, cross runway 24 right, turn right on Delta, and where are you parking?
We'll be going over to the satellite parking area off of Alpha Tango.
Sun Country 8240, perfect. All right, so Delta 4, cross 24 right, Delta, cross 33 right, Alpha to Alpha Tango.
Alpha 4, cross 24 right, and we'll take Delta, cross 33 right, and we'll take Alpha to Alpha Tango for Sun Country 8240.
Southwest 713 Toronto, continue climb, flight level 360.
Continue 360, Southwest 713.
And he should be making that turn there. Yeah, he's just about at the go pup. Yep, that's working. All right, then we're going to have a whole bunch of Miami departures, and then maybe it's going to slow down a little bit. So my original plan was to stay online for about 3 hours, so about another hour from now. But we'll see how the traffic ebbs and flows. If it gets really quiet, I may just shut her down a little early, but it'll be a little disappointing to me if I did. I think we got enough traffic around here that we probably won't need to do that, but we're sort of starting to run out of Toronto departures. But we got a bunch of arrivals inbound too, so that, that probably going to potentially keep us. There's an Air Canada 607 from Halifax to Toronto. There's a Shamrock 101 from...
Okay, 102 with you, 1,000 for 5,000.
Air Canada 102 Toronto, thank you. Identified. Continue climb 15,000.
Okay, 15,000, Air Canada 102.
All right, now these guys are sort of figuring it out. Yep. I figure they're doing a group flight. I think that Air Canada 102 just sort of stopped there just to wait for his buddies, make sure, because they're all departed from adjacent gates. That was a big hint to me. They're doing a group flight. When 3 guys go into the same place or on adjacent gates, that that's a hint there. So he waited at the end of Alpha, and I was not going to complain because I realized they're just doing a group flight. It's not obstructing any traffic flow, so it works just fine for me. All right, let's just ping this guy here. Boop. Contact me, please. All right, so the Southwest stayed well enough ahead of the Delta. That was my concern right there. And as he's accelerating westbound, it's working, picking up the tailwind. Guy in city's not moving yet. Rouge 962 Toronto, contact me once you're airborne. The wind's 250 at 5, clear for takeoff, runway 23. Air Canada 102, turn left, direct Oakville on course.
Okay, left direct Oakville, Air Canada 102.
Rouge 962 Toronto, contact me once you're airborne. The wind's 250 at 5, clear for takeoff, runway 23.
Copy, surface wings, depart. Runway 23, Rouge 962, we'll contact you when we depart.
Toronto, good afternoon, Nordic 1 Uniform Tango flight level 400.
Nordic 1 Uniform Tango Toronto, good morning. Just stand by while I find your flight plan here. There you are, Nordic 1 Uniform Tango, squawk code 0563.
0563 Nordic 1 Uniform Tango.
Alright, so he's there,
Toronto City, good morning, November 805 Zulu at Toronto City Airport, Southwest departure, request taxi.
Air Canada 146, we're back.
Air Canada 146, thank you. November 805 Zulu Toronto. Just to confirm, you said you're going to be a VFR departure, is that correct?
VFR departure for November 805 Zulu.
November 805 Zulu Toronto. The city information is Bravo, and squawk code 1237.
We have information Bravo on board, squawk 1227, November 805 Zulu.
And November 805 Zulu, just to make sure the readback's correct, it's 1237.
Squawk 1237, November 805 Zulu.
November 805 Zulu, perfect, thank you. Runway 26 at Toronto City, and the altimeter is 3024. Taxi apron at your discretion, Charlie Delta. Hold short 26 and advise ready for takeoff.
Taxi runway 26 via Charlie Delta, and the altimeter is 3024, November 805 Zulu.
Air Canada 102, climb flight level 230.
Okay, climb 230, Air Canada 102.
Toronto Center, Rouge 962, we departed runway 23, 2,100 and climbing.
Rouge 962 Toronto, thank you very much. You're identified. Continue climb 15,000 and direct mix it on course.
Roger, continue climb to 15,000 and proceed on course mid-205. Rouge 962, thank you.
Ah, shoot.
Center Canada 12, votes you're ready to go.
There we go. Nordic 1 Uniform Tango Toronto, you're identified, flight level 400, welcome. Air Canada 1202 Toronto, contact me once you're airborne, winds 250 at 5, clear for takeoff, runway 23.
Clear takeoff 20, we'll contact you once you're airborne, Air Canada 1202, thanks.
Toronto Center, Rouge 962, are we clear to direct mix it?
Rouge 962, affirmative, direct mix it, please.
Roger, thank you. Rouge 962.
And what's the Cleveland Center frequency here? It's 1987. 1987.
Center, Toronto City, Oscar Hotel, November Lima Echo.
Oscar Hotel November Lima Echo Toronto. Good day.
Oscar Hotel, November Lima Echo. Good day. Request VFR to Buffalo Southwest departure.
Oscar Hotel November Lima Echo, standby 1. Southwest 713, contact Cleveland Center now, 119er, decimal 87. Good day.
Contact Cleveland Center 119.87. Thank you for services. See you.
Bye-bye. And Oscar Hotel November Lima Echo, do you have a flight plan filed?
I just posted. Will do.
Rouge 962, climb flight level 230.
Toronto Center, Rouge 962, can you repeat, please?
Rouge 962, climb flight level 230.
Flight level 230, Rouge 962.
Oscar Hotel November Lima Echo Toronto, runway 26, information Bravo, squawk code 1242.
Oscar Hotel November Lima Echo, runway 26, squawk 24, clear at the squawk.
Oscar Hotel November Lima Echo, squawk code 1242.
Squawk 1242, Oscar Hotel November Lima Echo.
Oscar Hotel November Lima Echo, thank you. Runway 26, taxi apron at your discretion, Charlie Delta. Hold short 26 and advise ready for takeoff.
Taxi runway 26, Charlie Delta, Oscar Hotel November Lima Echo. Good day.
Alright,
and Toronto Air Canada 1202 is airborne 2500 feet.
Air Canada 1202 Toronto, should be squawking code 0574.
Okay, sorry about that. It was reset transponder 0574 for Air Canada 1202.
Air Canada 102, contact Cleveland Center now, 119er, decimal 87. Good day.
Good 1987, it's 0.
Air Canada 1202, thank you very much. You're identified now, climbing through 2600, climb 15,000.
15,000 for Air Canada 1202.
Okay, and...
Toronto Center, good afternoon, Air Canada 1756, ready to check.
Air Canada 1756, Toronto, reach you 5.
Reach you 5 as well, Air Canada 1756.
Air Canada 1202, turn left direct Oakville on course.
Left direct Oakville on course for Air Canada 1202.
And Toronto Center, Canada 607, level 360.
Air Canada 607, Toronto, good morning. Squawk code 0535.
0535, come in and squawk 607.
And November 805 Zulu, Toronto, are you ready or did you want to wait for the other aircraft behind you there? Just a steady stream of departures, even when they drop off the radar. Still a steady. And Shamrock is not talking to Cleveland, so start pinging him now. Rouge 962 Toronto, continue climb, flight level 360.
Rouge 962, continue climb to flight level 360.
Air Canada 607 Toronto, identified flight level 360, information is Charlie in Toronto, plan runway 24 left.
I will fetch Charlie and expecting 4 left to Canada 607.
You know, you expect you're coming down into a... I didn't even notice that said Buzz in there. He's going to Buzz. Buffalo. November 805 Zulu Toronto, are you ready for takeoff? November 805 Zulu Toronto, are you there?
Yeah, sorry, ready for departure, November 805 Zulu.
November 805 Zulu Toronto, roger. You can follow the shoreline southwestbound. Report clearing the zone, 5 miles to the west. Winds 230 at 3. Clear for takeoff, runway 26.
Clear for takeoff up 26, runway 26, and I'll follow the coast on southwest, and I'll report when clear of their airspace. November 805 Zulu.
Roger.
Toronto Center, Toronto City, Oscar Hotel November Lima Echo, ready for departure at runway 26.
Oscar Hotel November Lima Echo, roger. Space permitting behind the aircraft ahead. Line up runway 26.
Line up runway 26, Oscar Hotel November Lima Echo.
Air Canada 607 Toronto, when ready, descend flight level 240.
When ready, descending 240, Canada 607.
Air Canada 146 Toronto, you're about to leave my airspace to the west. Winnipeg's not online. Switch to the en route frequency. Surveillance service terminates. Have a good day.
Alright, frequency, thank you so much for your 80 services and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Toronto Center, Delta 1804, with you passing flight level 194416,000, inbound MyPal.
Delta 1804 Toronto, good morning. Runway 24 left in Toronto. The information's Charlie. And continue descent 11,000. The Toronto altimeter 3023.
Expected arrival runway 24 left and continue descent to 11,000 and altimeter 3023, Delta 1804.
Oscar Hotel November Lima Echo. The traffic ahead is also southwestbound along the shoreline. Follow the shoreline southwestbound. Report clearing 5 miles southwest. Winds 230 at 3. Clear for takeoff. Runway 26.
Oscar Hotel November Lima Echo. Clear takeoff runway 26.
Where's this thing? Where's going to go when he's going to Lake Simcoe Regional? Okay.
Does he have a route filed, or is it just VFR? He's got some things filed in there. Okay. We can do this. What's he doing? Doesn't recognize any of the waypoints he's given. The VFR waypoints are not programmed into my sector file. Of course not. Love it. Alright, anywho. We got lots of stuff going on here. Guy's taking off. This guy is here. Yep, that's him. It's nice having, when you got two guys doing this, it's nice to have some discrete codes. I can throw on the geography, and maybe I will now. I don't normally have the geography on, but because we're dealing with VFRs who are following the shoreline, I kind of want to have...
Toronto Center, good afternoon, American correction, Air Canada 1156, with information Bravo on board, stand Bravo 20, request IFR clearance to KFJ.
Air Canada 1756 Toronto, good morning. You're clear to New York Kennedy via the Kepta Tree departure Bumpa transition flight plan route. Departure runways 23, squawk code 0552.
We're clear to John F. Kennedy Airport via the CAPT 3 departure, runway 23 via the Bravo Mike Papa Alpha Hotel transition, squawk 0552.
Air Canada 1756, that readback is all correct information. Charlie's current pushback startup at your discretion. Call ready for taxi.
Local will call ready for taxi information. Charlie, Air Canada 1756.
Oh, I lost one of these guys. It looks like OHNLE dropped offline. And I don't know what Shamrock 101 is doing. He's at 37,000 feet and he is 57 miles from his destination at 37,000 feet. That's going to work really well for you, buddy. So think about VATSIM too. You got to realize that this
we already passed the 5 mile that you told me to report. November 805 Zulu.
November 805 Zulu, Roger. And just confirm your current altitude.
1,000 feet, November 805 Zulu.
November 805 Zulu, Roger. And not above 2,000 feet VFR. And you are going to Buffalo, correct?
We're going to Buffalo, and we're not going above 2,000 feet at the moment. November 805 Zulu.
November 805 Zulu, perfect. To remain VFR at all times, continue to follow the shoreline around towards Buffalo. I can get you higher once I get you a little farther away from the Toronto International there.
We'll just follow the coastline. Okay, tell us when we can go higher. Thank you. November 805 Zulu.
Roger. I mean, technically the 1,000 feet right there, he is outside controlled airspace, but the trouble is that this east-west corridor from Toronto City is such a major VFR corridor because if you want to go the other way around Toronto, you have to go like 40 miles north of Toronto. So
Oscar Hotel November Lima Echo 5 miles out at 1,500 feet.
Oscar Hotel November Lima Echo Toronto. Just make sure the transponder's on. I don't see you showing up on the radar right now.
Copy. It should be on my side while I restart it.
Yeah, no, Oscar Hotel November Lima Echo. Just check in the client as well and just make sure it does say mode C and the client is on.
Copy. Oscar Hotel November Lima Echo.
I don't know where this Shamrock's going to go at 370. Yeah, Bat Spy says he's still there. Yeah, Oscar Hotel November Lima Echo. I never saw your transponder after you took off. Just confirm your altitude again.
Oscar Hotel November Lima Echo is 1,500 feet. Transponder on my side has been confirmed to be on both in STEAM and in VPilot.
Okay, Oscar Hotel November Lima Echo. For some reason, you're not showing up on the radar here. Remain VFR at all times. Continue southwest along the shoreline. And just keep an eye out for that traffic that you took off behind. He's still ahead of you there, I believe, at 1,000 feet indicated right now.
Oscar Hotel November Lima Echo, copy.
And Toronto Center, Canada 607, leaving 360 for 240.
Air Canada 607, thank you very much. Continue to send 8,000, Toronto altimeters 3023.
Copy altimeter and descend 8,000, Air Canada 607.
Can't really provide much radar service if I can't see him on radar. If he says it's on, I tend to believe him. He's new, sounds new, so maybe there's an error there. I'm not going to be too much of a jerk about it anyways. Try to provide him with appropriate traffic updates. Get him out of this corridor. But yeah, this is such a high intensity VFR corridor that even if you're technically below controlled airspace, you really should be talking to the terminal controller just for the sake of coordinating traffic information, because it's not so bad in the VATSIM world because there's not that much VFR traffic, but you can see this starting to already form here. There's another guy coming up the shoreline here. He might be coming in across city, so he may just come right up that shoreline as well. So a lot of east and west traffic. The normal rule of thumb has always been eastbound traffic stays just on the shoreline, westbound traffic stays just on the shoreline, the eastbound traffic stays just south of it. That way they keep you clear of the Toronto-Pearson control zone, but it still keeps you within gliding distance of land, tries to keep the east and the westbound lanes of traffic a little bit separated, but give it a mile or so. As long as you fly like a mile offshore, you've definitely got separation from people going the opposite direction, so then it's not such a big deal. You have more time to spot people going the same direction as you. But yeah, nevertheless, it's I'm going to give this guy a squawk code anyways. 257. Kind of quieting down a little bit, but we got some VFR stuff going on. We got this Shamrock who is still cruising along at 370, almost overhead his destination. Curious to figure out what he's going to do. Oh, man. Delta 1804, descend 8,000. And now I'm slipping a little bit here.
Descend 8,000, Delta 1804.
Kind of keeping an eye on this VFR situation here. And this outer ring is, I know it's 3,500, so this guy's fine right now. By the time he hits the second ring, he's got to be at 2,500, he's got to be talking to the terminal controller. So we're going to have to talk to him soon here, soon. I don't know exactly when, but soon. That's what I thought. All right. There we go. I think we're back online now. So, yeah, sorry about that, guys. Delta 1804, descend 6,000.
Descend 6,000, Delta 1804.
November 805 Zulu, Hamilton altimeter 3023.
Altimeter 3023 in November 805 Zulu.
So my apologies, everybody. I accidentally, in my streaming client, hit the stop streaming button. And, there is a confirmation button setting, but I've never turned that one on this computer for some reason. So as soon as I did that, the whole thing went crashing to the ground. So I had to restart the whole stream. So yeah, that's why there's going to be a little glitch in the stream there. My apologies, everybody, for that. Didn't mean for that to happen that way. November 805 Zulu. I have traffic, let's see here. He's over probably about your 11 o'clock now for 10 miles. Indicating 2,500, unconfirmed, not talking to him. Looks like he might be following the shoreline opposite direction. So keep an eye out on him, and I'll give you another update when he gets a little closer.
Okay, we'll keep an eye on the traffic ahead of us at 11 o'clock, and you said 2,400 feet. November 805 Zulu.
805 Zulu, that's correct. That altitude is unverified. I'm not talking to that guy yet.
Copy.
All right, Delta 1804, descend 4,000.
4,000 for Delta 1804.
On the ground in Oshawa. Okay, Oshawa. Okay, hold on. All right, good morning, runway 30, altimeter 3023, winds 2603, 03, squawk 1231. Gonna have to open up my Oshawa view here. I should have an Oshawa ground view, I believe. Just have to find it. I haven't actually used it lately. For a while there, Oshawa was a very popular airport, and then it sort of fell off the radar again. But it's much more popular the last couple of years than it was for the first, my first 10 years of the VATSIM network. Then no one ever went to Oshawa. Now it's gotten relatively popular. so good morning, runway 30, altimeter 2. 3023. All right. Taxi Alpha Bravo cross 23 for 30. All right, so he's text only, but he's there.
Air Canada 1756, ready for taxi.
Delta 1804, turn left heading 330, descend 3000.
Left 330, descend 3000, Delta 1804.
Air Canada 1756, make sure the transponder's on, please.
Transponder should be on now, Air Canada 1756.
November 805 Zulu, Toronto. Traffic's now just left of 12 o'clock for 5 miles. Still, he's actually indicating 1,500 now, and he's turning towards you. Looks like he is following the shoreline around.
Traffic 12 o'clock, 1,500 feet. So we'll keep an eye on that. November 805 Zulu.
And Air Canada 1756. Still don't see it. Oh, hold on a second. No, still don't see a transponder for you. Are you pushed back there on lane 3 or 4?
Air Canada 1756, safe firm. We push back from Terminal 3. We should be facing to the southwest now towards Alpha Juliet.
Air Canada 1756. Yep, the transponder's kicked in there now. I see you. Runway 23, information Charlie, altimeter 3023. Taxi Alpha Juliet Alpha Hotel.
Alpha Juliet Alpha Hotel, altimeter 3023, runway 23, Air Canada 1756.
And November 805 Zulu, traffic's just a little bit right of your 12 o'clock now, about 1 o'clock for about 2 miles, 1,500 still indicated unverified.
We have traffic in sight. It's at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock now at the moment. November 805 Zulu.
805 Zulu, perfect, thank you. Oscar Hotel November Lima Echo, you finally popped up on radar there. Looks like you were just below the radar coverage. I show you at 1,000 feet. Hamilton altimeter 3023, just confirm 1,000 feet.
1,000 feet, Oscar Hotel November Lima Echo.
Delta 1804, turn left heading 210 to intercept, cleared ILS 24 left.
210 to intercept, cleared ILS runway 24 left, Delta 1804.
Oscar Hotel November Lima Echo, thank you. You're identified, and just confirm you do have the 152 at your 12 o'clock for a mile and a half still in sight?
Yeah, 152 in sight.
Oscar Hotel November Lima Echo, thank you.
Toronto Center, November 43711, radio check.
November 43711, Toronto, read you 5.
Toronto Center, November 43711, listen to depart to the south out of the pattern. Out of below 9 minutes, 500, with Charlie.
All right, November 43711, give me a hint what airport you're at. I've got about 50 airports under my jurisdiction here.
Right, Charlie, Yankee, Zulu, 711.
All right, November 43711, stand by here. I'll just be right back with you.
Roger.
I just need to see if he filed a flight plan, but he did. I don't even care where he's going. November 43711 Toronto. Say type of aircraft and destination.
TBM 43711, TBM 930. Just landing in Buffalo, New York, 711.
Okay, November 43711 Toronto, VFR, squawk code 1207.
Squawk 1207 43711.
November 43711, thank you. Runway 23, information Charlie, altimeter 3023. Taxi Juliet, cross runway 15 left.
Runway 23, altimeter 3023, correction. Taxi via Juliet, hold short, runway 15 left, 43711.
Left turn out approved. Call clearing 5 south, winds 2603, cleared takeoff 30. Text can be so challenging sometimes when you're trying to do a bunch of other stuff. Okay, now this guy's got a contact. He doesn't have to contact me yet at 1500. All right. And November 805 Zulu, you're leaving the Toronto Terminal airspace. Did you want VFR flight following en route to Buffalo?
We would like VFR flight following November 805 Zulu.
November 805 Zulu, roger. VFR flight following's approved, and altitude is now your discretion. You're clear of the Toronto airspace.
We'll stay at 2,000 feet. November 805 Zulu.
Roger. Oscar Hotel November Lima Echo, same question for you. Do you want VFR flight following down to Buffalo?
Negative, sir.
Oscar Hotel November Lima Echo, roger. You can switch to the en route frequency. Your surveillance service terminates, and have a great day.
Copy.
Delta 1804, Toronto winds 250 at 3. Cleared to land runway 24 left.
Clear to land 24 left, Delta 1804.
Did that shamrock disappear? Oh, he eventually figured it out and logged off.
Center, good morning. Cessna 172, Charlie Alpha Bravo, Charlie Delta.
Charlie Alpha Bravo, Charlie Delta, Toronto, good morning. Squawk code 1257.
Uh, 1257 for Bravo, Charlie Delta.
Air Canada 607, descend 4000, proceed direct to Amalu.
Descending 4000 and direct Amalu, Air Canada 607.
Air Canada 1756, approaching runway 23, ready for departure.
Air Canada 1756, Toronto, contact me once you're airborne. The wind's 270 at 3, clear for takeoff, runway 23.
Clear for takeoff, runway 23, we'll contact you once airborne, Air Canada 1756.
And Alpha Bravo Charlie Delta, Toronto, identified 1,500 VFR. You're on your way to Lake Simcoe Regional, is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. We've been monitoring frequency. We're just trying something new today. We're staying below the floor of the Class C airspace, and this is just for situational awareness.
Alpha Bravo Charlie Delta, roger. Your radar identified the Toronto altimeter for you, 3023. Remain VFR at all times, 1,500 feet or below until advised.
Okay, 3023 and 1,500 or below until advised for Alpha Bravo Charlie Delta.
Toronto Center, November 43711, holding short runway 15 left.
November 43711, continue across 15 left, Juliet, hold short 23.
Hold short 23, 43711.
Busy. Surprisingly busy. I mean, I like it, don't get me wrong. I like it. Just busy. I was trying to process this WestJet's flight plan like 10 minutes ago, and I haven't even circled back to it yet. Yeah, beats 3 area transition going down to Orlando. That's fine. And Air Canada 607 at Amalu. You're cleared ILS runway 24 left.
Cleared ILS 24 left at Amalu, Air Canada 607.
Delta 1804, welcome to Toronto. Continue Delta 4 across runway 24 right. Turn right on Delta and say parking.
We're headed down to any gate down at Terminal 3 on the Bravo section, sir.
Delta 1804, roger. Delta cross runway 33 right, Alpha for Alpha Juliet.
Delta cross runway 33 right, Alpha 4 and Alpha Juliet. Delta 1804.
Air Canada 1756, airborne passing 2,500 feet.
Air Canada 1756, Toronto, thank you. Identified, climb 7,000.
Climb 7,000, Air Canada 1756.
Air Canada 1756, traffic for you. You may see it on your TCAS. 12 o'clock for about 5 miles is a 172 level 1,500 feet.
Air Canada 1756, affirm inside is 2,000 feet below.
Thank you.
Toronto Center, November 43711, ready for takeoff 23, right holding short, 43711.
November 43711 Toronto, a left turn out southbound is approved. Not above 3,500 for now. Winds 250 at 7, clear for takeoff, runway 2, clear for takeoff, runway 23. I want to say 24 left.
Left turn approved, not above 3,500. Clear for takeoff 23, 43711.
Air Canada 1756, confirm direct Savour.
Air Canada 1756, yeah, I was just getting to you. Turn left direct Reicham course, climb flight level 230.
Climbing flight level 230, direct Reicham Air Canada 1756.
Just takes me a little while to get all these things done here. It is, it's a pleasantly busy morning. Way busier than I would have ever expected, honestly, for a Wednesday morning on the VATSIM network. I've been kept steady busy for 2+ hours now, and I think we are going to pull the plug in about 30 minutes. So if anyone's thinking of hopping on and getting some flying in there, do it soon, because I'm going to head out soon. I'm going to have lunch, and I think today would be a great day to go put up Christmas lights, to be honest. I got a few chores I got to run, but I think today I might try to get those Christmas lights up just before it turns cold again. It's kind of a pleasant day out there, so not a bad day for doing that sort of thing. A lot of people heading over to Buffalo. Cleveland's online. I guess they got that good... Oh, is Cleveland offline again now? Did he go offline? Oh, he disappeared offline. When did he... He was on for what, like 30 minutes? An hour? Not even worth it. Ha! That's funny. But, yeah, I guess there's that good I&I build scenery, so maybe people are trying to take advantage of that. And for some reason this is not syncing up with this guy. Ah, for crying out loud, me and my fat mouse. I keep on correlating the wrong bloody target on here all the time. And United calling for the radio check, read you 5. All right, VFR to him, VFR to him. And Air Canada 607, Toronto, winds are 270 at 3, clear to land, runway 24 left.
Clear land 24 left, Air Canada 607.
Yeah, isn't it funny that the words 4 and 2 both are numbers, but both are also kind of used to transition between different words. So I could say taxi Alpha for Alpha Juliet, or I could say taxi Alpha to Alpha Juliet.
711 requesting cancel to Buffalo and would like to transfer to land at Toronto City Center. 3711.
November 43711, Roger, runway 26 at City. The information is Charlie. You can join a left downwind, runway 26.
Left downwind 26, 43711.
It's kind of fun to see this much VFR traffic. I have not seen this much VFR traffic in a while. 4 VFR targets on my scope at the same time. More VFRs than IFRs on my scope at this moment.
Center, Alpha Bravo, Charlie Delta. Do you have time for a quick question?
Alpha Bravo, Charlie Delta. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Alpha Bravo, Charlie Delta. So legally, if I didn't have a transponder, as long as I stayed below the floor of the Class C airspace, I could legally fly through it without any issues. Is that correct?
That is an excellent question. I might have to just look into that because as my understanding was that pretty much everywhere within, I think it's a 26-mile radius of Toronto, regardless of altitude, you need to have a transponder just so we can see that you're below the terminal altitudes.
I gotcha. But technically, there's no obligation for the pilot to establish two-way radio communication then.
No, exactly. If you're below the terminal altitudes, you're not required to establish communication. That would be correct.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure. And like in the real life, usually we always call for the flight following right off the bat. But just for the sake of trying something new, I was just not 100% clear on that. So thanks for answering that question.
Yeah, I'd have to go look it up on the chart to remember the exact distance, but there is an arc around Toronto that transponder is required, and it's because we just need to make sure that you are below that altitude if you decide not to talk to us.
Yeah, no, that totally makes sense. Let me know if you are able to confirm that while still online, and I'd be curious to find out.
Yeah, I'll have a look. I'm not sure if I can find an answer 100%, but I'll see what I can find out here.
I appreciate it.
Now he's got me on a mission. Now he's got me on a mission. Let's see here. Now I'm going to try and see what I can figure out here. Because I used to be... and the thing is, like, I used to be very familiar with VFR procedures, but I haven't actually flown VFR around Toronto in a very long time, so I am definitely somewhat out of date on the procedures, so I would probably honestly not be the best person to ask about this, but I'm going to see if I can find an answer. Let's see. Because I think...
Air Canada 1756, request higher.
Air Canada 1756, yeah, it looks like Cleveland's gone offline, so climb flight level 370.
Climbing flight level 370, Air Canada 1756.
November 43711, are you full stop landing at City?
Yes, full stop, 26, center, 43711.
November 43711, roger. The winds at City 230 at 3, clear to land, runway 26.
Clear to land, 26, 43711.
Alright, let's see what I can find. And call in for the radio check. I missed the call sign, but I'm reading you about strength 4. Well, this terminal view is very busy today. Air Canada 1756, you're about to leave my airspace to the southeast. Cleveland's logged off. You can switch the en route frequency. Surveillance service terminates, and have a good day.
Roger, we'll leaving frequency Air Canada 1756. Thanks a lot, and see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
And Toronto Center, Canada 607 off 24 left at Delta 4.
Air Canada 607, welcome to Toronto. Continue Delta 4, cross runway 24 right. Right turn on Delta, and do you know what gate you're going to?
Yes, we're heading to 136 for 607.
Air Canada 607, roger, continue across runway 33 right, Alpha Lima for 136.
Continue Delta 4, Delta, cross 33 right, then Alpha Lima for 136, Air Canada 607.
27, turn November 805 Zulu.
November 805 Zulu Toronto.
Could you cancel out the flight following November 805 Zulu?
Alright, November 805 Zulu, flight following service is terminated, surveillance service terminated, and switch to on-route frequency. Have yourself a great rest of the day.
Over to Unicom November 805 Zulu. Thanks for the help and for the 77 SDBI.
Have a good day.
American 1210 on CYYZ ground, looking for departure IFR to Bradley.
And, alright, American 1210, I don't see a flight plan for you. If you can hit refile on that for me.
Roger.
Okay.
And Bravo Charlie Delta requesting 3,500.
Bravo Charlie Delta, that's approved. 3,500 VFR.
3,500 VFR, Bravo Charlie Delta, thanks.
Put in Cleveland airspace. Alright, so terminate him as well, because he's getting close to the end of my airspace here. And there's American 1210. Now I see him. And American 1210, I've got your flight plan now. Looks like the direction, the altitude's incorrect for the direction of flight. Would you like flight level 3-1 or 3-3 for the final?
I'll do 3-3 for the final.
American 1210, thanks. I'll be right back with you. November 43711, taxi into the apron, your discretion. Have a good day.
Have an amazing Thanksgiving. Whiskey 711.
Oh, is it Thanksgiving this week? It is. Thank you. American 1210 Toronto, runway, let's see here. American 1210, you're cleared to the Windsor Locks Airport via KEPTA 2 departure, Bumpa transition, flight plan route. Departure runway is going to be 23, squawk code 0503.
American 1210 cleared to the Windsor Locks Airport by KEPTA in the Bumba transition. File. Squawk 0503.
American 1210, that's all correct. The departure runway is runway 23. Information Charlie is current. Push back and start up at your discretion and call ready for taxi.
Roger that. Push back at my discretion and call for taxi. Runway for departure is going to be 23.
There is an A330 at Toronto City Center, and I will not know how it's going to get off the ground.
That seems like a them problem. That does not seem like a me problem.
Toronto Center, good afternoon. WestJet 1240 on gate 249 requested to clearance to Orlando.
And WestJet 1240 Toronto, good day. You're cleared to the Orlando Airport via the Beats Tree departure, ERA transition, flight plan route. Departure runway is 23, squawk code 0570.
We are cleared to Orlando Airport, Beats Tree departure, ERA transition, then as final takeoff from a 2323 and squawk 0570 to WestJet 1240.
WestJet 1240 Toronto, the readback is all correct. Information Charlie's current. Pushback startup at your discretion. Call ready for taxi.
Call for taxi and Charlie on board, sir. Thank you.
WestJet 278. Can we get VFR to Toronto Pearson? We have Charlie.
Sorry, last call. Sorry, was that American 1210? You said you're ready to taxi?
No, sir.
Okay, last call for Toronto. Say again.
This is SiriusJet 278. Can we get VFR clearance to Toronto Pearson? We have Charlie on board.
SiriusJet 278 Toronto. Okay, well, where are you right now to start with?
We are at Billy Bishop on the ramp.
Okay, SiriusJet 278, stand by. And SiriusJet 278, I don't have the type handbook in front of me. What's the identifier for a SiriusJet?
Sierra, Foxtrot. Sorry, give me a second. Yeah, our identifier is Sierra, Foxtrot 50.
Thank you. Don't get too many Vision Jets around here, so thank you for that. SiriusJet 278, runway 26 at Toronto City, and your squawk code is going to be 1246. And Cirrus Jet 278, the mic may have slipped away from you there. It was really quiet on that readback. Just confirm again the squawk 1246.
Confirming squawk code is 1246.
Cirrus Jet 278, thank you. Runway 26, taxi through the apron at your discretion. Charlie Delta. Hold short 26, advise ready for takeoff. I have never seen so much VFR.
Sorry, say that again?
Cirrus Jet 278, runway 26, taxi through the apron at your discretion. Charlie and Delta. Hold short 26, advise ready for takeoff.
6, taxi via the ramp. Charlie, Delta, and hold runway 26, and will call for departure. Cirrus Jet 278.
American 1210, requesting taxi to runway 23.
American 1210 Toronto, runway 23, information is Charlie, altimeter 3023, taxi out Alpha Juliet, Alpha and Hotel.
Juliet, Alpha Hotel to runway 23, information from.
And Alpha Charlie, Bravo Charlie Delta Toronto, you're leaving the terminal airspace to the north. Did you want a flight following on the way to Lake Simcoe Regional?
Yes, please. For Bravo Charlie Delta.
Bravo Charlie Delta, roger. Altitude's now your discretion. Remain VFR at all times. I'm still trying to search for an answer. I still have not found anything yet, so I'm trying to figure it out here still.
Yep, we'll maintain 3,500 VFR, and sounds good. Appreciate it.
Still reading. Still trying to find an answer. This guy's question, because I thought I knew had an answer, and then as I start reading, it becomes a little bit more blurry. It is not necessarily as black and white as I thought. I'm trying to find an answer, and I really honestly cannot find an answer. This guy's got me stumped. He really does. American 1210 Toronto, contact winds. You're airborne. The wind's 270 at 3, clear for takeoff. Runway 23.
Winds 270 at 3, clear for takeoff. American 1210.
So I'm going to just see what I can figure out here. See what it says in the section, because I thought it said transponder mandatory at all altitudes within a certain distance of Toronto, but I could be very much wrong about that. The only things I can find the only thing I can find is a note on the VNC that says transponder mode C required within 65 nautical miles. Alright, anywho. How's this Cirrus Jet taxi out going? Yeah, he's getting there. Okay, good. He's getting there. I probably don't need the Oshwa view anymore. Nobody's going there. Close that up again. Take that out of my scan here, because I got enough stuff to scan sometimes. It's been almost 3 hours now. We'll get a couple of these guys on their way, and I think we'll probably call it a day shortly here. As I said, I would like to try and put up the Christmas lights. Well, it's kind of a decent day outside. It's supposed to be 7 or 8 degrees, which is not too bad. Fingers won't freeze solid while I'm doing the Christmas lights, so just get them on. I don't turn them on, but at least get them up, and then I can, when December does arrive, because I really don't believe in turning Christmas lights on until December. But when December does arrive, at least they're up, they're ready, just have to turn them on. American 1210 Toronto, say passing altitude.
American 1210 passing, my level 030.
American 1210, your radar identified through 3,300. Continue climb flight level 230.
Up to 230 for American 1210.
American 1210, thank you, and turn left direct Reicham on course now.
Roger that. Turn right direct on course.
And American 1210, left turn direct Reicham on course.
Left turn?
Yeah, left turn direct Reicham. Who is this guy and why is he circling around my airport here at high speeds and the apron? But anyways. Cirrus Jet 278 Toronto. Right turn out towards Pearson is approved. Not above 2,000. Winds 230 at 3. Clear for takeoff. Runway 26.
Copy. I'm going to make a right turn towards Sean Pearson and clear for takeoff runway 26 278.
And Alpha Bravo Charlie Delta Toronto.
Alpha Bravo Charlie Delta, go ahead.
Yeah, best I can find right now is just the note on the VTA about the transponder being required within 65 miles, but that's above 6,500 ASL. I haven't been able to find anything else to contrast that right now, so that is the only reference I've got at this point. I'm trying to see if there's anything else, but that's the only reference I can find to the transponder being mandatory.
Okay, well, thank you for looking into that. I appreciate it for Alpha Bravo Charlie Delta.
Yeah, and obviously goes without saying that anywhere within the Class C would be mandatory as well. But yeah, that's the only one I could find. I remember reading that, but yeah, I thought it was all altitude. So obviously I haven't done enough VFR lately myself.
Yeah, you and me both.
Sharp 278. Do we have a runway we can expect for our arrival in Toronto? Pearson, I guess.
And Cirrus Jet 278, runway 24 left's the current arrival runway. If you're heading for the north end, I could give you 23 as well. Let me know what you prefer.
Cirrus Jet 278, I think we're good with runway 24 left. Roger.
Alpha Bravo Charlie Delta. Muskoka altimeter for you is 3020, and for your planning purposes, the winds there are 170 at 4. Oh, it's Peterborough. I thought he was at Oshawa for a second. There's a VFR target at Peterborough. So many VFRs. It's crazy sometimes. Okay, so Cirrus Jet is departing.
Central Center, good afternoon. Swoop 317, like to get our clearance up to Kelowna.
Swoop 317, Toronto. Good day. You're cleared to Kelowna via the AVSEP 6 departure vector. Sorry, let me try that again. Swoop 317, you're cleared to Kelowna via the AVSEP 7 departure Musit transition flight plan route. Departure runway is 23, squawk code 0504.
Swoop 317 is cleared to the Kelowna Airport AVSEP 7 departure Musit transition, then as filed flight plan. Departure runway 23, squawk 0504.
Swoop 317, that readback is all correct information. Charlie's current pushback, start up at your discretion. Call ready for taxi.
Okay, Charlie, and we'll call for taxi Swoop 317.
And Bravo Charlie Delta Toronto, you're just approaching Lake Simcoe Regional there in the next 10 miles or so. So you can switch to the en route frequency or the local frequency for advisories. Your radar surveillance terminates, and the closest I've got is Muskoka, showing 160 at 4, altimeter 3020.
Okay, copy the winds, and we'll switch over to Unicom for Alpha Bravo Charlie Delta. Thank you for the service today. It was an awesome learning experience. Have a great day.
Thanks, you too.
Toronto, WestJet 1240, red for taxi, information Charlie.
WestJet 1240, Toronto, runway 23, information is Charlie, altimeter 3023, taxi, Delta Tango, Delta, Alpha, and Hotel, hold short of 23.
Okay, clear taxi, Delta Tango, Delta, Alpha, Hotel, hold short on runway 23, WestJet 1240.
SiriusJet 278 Toronto, runway 24 left in Toronto, you cleared left base. The altimeter is 3023, information's Charlie. Can't seem to get this voice thing to trigger here. There it is, voice. We'll get him landed, and I think we're going to probably pull the plug here shortly. We'll see if we have WestJet 1210 will depart. He's got a long taxi, and then we'll get him turned on course, and that'll probably be just about the end of it. American 1210 Toronto, continue climb flight level 330.
Continue to 330 for American 1210.
I got 2 VFRs flying around Peterborough. What is with this VFR today? It's a beautiful VFR day, don't get me wrong. I've never seen so many VFRs on the VATSIM network in my life, I swear. Crazy. Microsoft Flight Simulator changed the game. SiriusJet 278, you're clear to left base, runway 24 left, the altimeter 3023. Information Charlie.
Clear left base for runway 24 left, SiriusJet 278.
Alright, WestJet's got a long taxi ahead of him. WestJet, maybe the swoop, and then we're going to call it a day. I am surprised, pleasantly surprised and shocked over the level of traffic we've had here in Toronto today. I would not expect on a Wednesday morning to get as many airplanes as I've had. I've had a surprising number of aircraft for today. Surprising, pleasantly surprising. I would not expect to see that today, but that's okay. That's good. What a pleasant surprise to have that. Let's see here. Flights. Let's just check here and see how airport. Let's see what the activity level for Toronto has been here on statsim.net here. And I'll go.
SiriusJet 278 got the fail in sight.
SiriusJet 278, Raj. Hour by hour. Show me how this has looked hour by hour, because yeah, I mean, they had a really good peak last night. They had 16 arrivals in an hour last night. Was that last night? That was the night before. But for a mid-morning kind of thing, like it's a pretty good. We peaked at 6 departures, and 3 arrivals this morning was the busiest hour, but combining all of that together for one controller, that's pretty good. That's pretty good, and for a morning, that's the thing. For me, like looking at it and just saying, for a morning, that's bloody good. You don't normally get that kind of traffic on the mornings. That's like, this is almost into afternoon, evening levels of traffic. So get that WestJet to taxi all the way around, and SiriusJet 278 Toronto, winds 270 at 3. You're clear to land, runway 24 left.
Clear to land, runway 24 left, SiriusJet 278.
Yeah, we're just gonna. And it's funny to look at the breakdown of stats for Toronto. Much like the rest of the network, this month in Toronto, almost 29% of the departures have been 738s. And another, pardon me, 26% have been 320. So between the 738 and the 320, that's more than half the departures out of Toronto this month. The next one up being the 310, with about 15%, followed by the 737, the 320 Neo, the 321, the CRJ even pops up on there in the triple. But of course, Air Canada is the predominant call sign in Toronto. 40% of all departures have been using the Air Canada call sign. WestJet coming in at respectable 17%. Transat, I think with that 310 especially, coming in at a good 13%. Behind that, Delta, American, Jazz. So Delta and American are even doing better than Jazz here in Toronto. Nobody wants to fly that RJ anymore. Rouge, yeah. But definitely Air Canada dominates here in Toronto. American 1210 Toronto, you're leaving my airspace to the southeast. Cleveland's not online. Switch to the en route frequency. Surveillance service terminates, and have a great day. Come on, WestJet 1240, keep taxiing, because I'm going to log off here very soon now.
Cirrusjet 278, we're on very short climb for runway 24 left.
Yeah, Cirrusjet 278, I cleared you to land runway 24 left. The wind's 250 at 5.
Clear to land, runway 24 left, Cirrusjet 278.
Yeah, it's interesting to look at some of these stats on statsim.net. Let me see if I can pull this up here onto the browser page, and there it is. But yeah, here's Toronto for this month. Here's this week even, and you can see here's our morning that we're doing right now, and it's a good little peak here. It's as busy this morning as it was last night. Not quite for as long a period of time, but definitely it's kind of up there. There was obviously something crazy going on here. I think there was an OTS or something, and I think there was an exam or something there, because that's a lot of operations right there. If you're to do this month, you can see that there's some of the peaks are pretty high here. You can get peaks well up to about 20 aircraft per hour sometimes in Toronto. It gets busy sometimes. Last month, I think we would have had CTP in here last month, so we'll have one really big bloody peak day. That was CTP right there, I'm pretty sure. The end of October, yeah, that was CTP right there. There's normal Toronto, peak in every day at different times, and then there's CTP day. If you do it day by day, this one day is going to stand out as just being absolutely phenomenal compared to all the rest here. 179 departures, 50 arrivals on that peak day versus an average day has about 50 departures, 20.
Toronto Center ready to check Air Canada 382.
And Transat, call in for the radio check. I read you 5.
Thank you.
Cirrusjet 278, welcome to Toronto. Continue Delta 4, cross runway 24 right, and I assume you're going to the GA parking?
Cirrusjet 278 from
Cirrusjet 278, roger. Continue Delta 4, cross runway 24 right, Delta, Echo, and Echo Alpha. Alright, if swoop hasn't pushed back by the time WestJet gets airborne, we're just going to launch the WestJet, and we're going to log off.
Cirrusjet 278, sorry, say again, my laptop decided to die.
Cirrusjet 278, taxi Delta 4, cross runway 24 right, Delta, Echo, Echo Alpha.
Copy, taxi via Delta 4, cross runway 24 right, Delta, Echo, and Echo Alpha to the ramp. Cirrusjet 278.
You got it. And don't take the left turn, take the right turn. It's a right turn. Oh, he's transitioning on a Bravo. It's fine, whatever. I just don't even... It's not that I don't care. It's that lots of people make the mistake. It's not going to cause a conflict, and I'm getting ready to get out of here. As much fun as this has been, and I really have enjoyed this, it's been a good solid 3 hours of controlling, and it's been surprisingly busy. I would not have expected. Way above the traffic level I would expect for a Wednesday morning. So thank you, VATSIMers out there, for being on and choosing to fly with the controllers that are online. Appreciate it, very much so. And yeah. But we'll get this WestJet launched, and I think we're going to call it a day because I've got to go have lunch and go do some other stuff. So, but again, like I said, that was fun. I really enjoyed it, and hopefully this will tide everybody over a little bit until I get the chance to do my next pilot live stream, which will not be this weekend because of scheduling conflicts again. But this weekend basically represents the end of this phase of the training, and then after this, we're gonna. I don't know when we're going to get into the next phase. I have no schedule beyond the end of this week, so beyond very early next week anyways. So yeah, I don't know what exactly is going to happen, but I'm going to try and keep my schedule open and try and clear it for some more pilot live streams, because I really do enjoy them. I think they're tons of fun, visiting new airports, doing some flying together, and the one that surprised me about these Saturday morning pilot live streams is the amount of ATC I've actually managed to get for these streams. The last 3 or 4 streams, I've had nearly wall-to-wall ATC for these streams, which we get out pretty early on a Saturday morning for these streams, so it's surprising to see them. That busy, that much ATC online, that I'm getting wall-to-wall ATC. I'm getting Cleveland, I'm getting New York, I'm getting Boston, I'm getting New York approach. all these things together, it's surprising to see that much ATC online early on a Saturday morning. I mean, it's not early, but it's early enough that I would not expect to see like all of these things covered. But yeah, we have lucked out. We have had nearly solid ATC for the last 3 or 4 live streams. So let's hope that trend continues, because for a while there, my trend was very much the opposite of that. It was very much, if I'm online, chances are the ATC is not. So it's nice to see that that has changed a little bit. Where's WestJet 12? He's going to Orlando, that's right, yeah. All right, get him airborne since he's already taxiing, and then we're going to be out. It's been fun, though. It's a pity the chat has not really taken off with too many people talking about anything, but nevertheless, it's nice to just nice to get online again. I have not been online much for the last little while. Really has been just so much of stuff getting in the way. Oh, he finally realized he was on Bravo. It's all good, but yeah, just so much. The training schedule has been not brutal, but just in terms of trying to find time to get online, it has not been very good. It is what it is. Take it in stride. It's not going to last forever. The training is starting to the end is in sight for my training, which is good. So hopefully I'll settle back into a more normal routine of getting online regularly after that. We'll get some streams in there and all that other stuff. And here comes another bunch of people logging in here. We've got Iran Air. The routing is destination airport. Toronto to St. Louis IFR via destination airport. That's my cue to log off. I'm not gonna just not gonna deal with this. Oh, I just do not have the patience to deal with that at this point. Swoop still hasn't even pushed yet.
WestJet 1240, hold short on 823.
WestJet 1240 Toronto, contact once you're airborne. The wind's 250 at 5, clear for takeoff, runway 23.
Clear takeoff, runway 23. 1240.
I was going to let him get around the corner first, but boy, he really called me on that, didn't he? Says nothing's happening here. Launch me now. Yeah, I think we're gonna make a break for it once we get him airborne and turned on course. And yeah, but hopefully we'll get another ATC stream in before it's been 2.5 months again, like it was this time around. I can't believe it's been 2.5 months since my last ATC stream. I didn't even get to participate in Cross the Pond, which was a big disappointment. It's the first time I have not participated in Cross the Pond in literally years and years. It's probably been 5, 6, 7 years before I missed Across the Pond. That's since I last missed Across the Pond. So very disappointed about that. But what can I say? You know, real life takes priority at the end of the day. This is a fun hobby. It's tons of fun. There are some great events to be able to participate in. I don't really get the chance very often. I really do, you know, Cross the Pond is such a big event. I really do try to set my schedule around it. I try to make sure I have that day off. And yeah, I try to make sure I have that day off. I go out of my way to try and have that day off because I know it's a big day. It's important to the division. It's fun for me, but it's important to the division and to the network as well that they have as many qualified controllers as possible online. So I really try to be off on that day so that I can contribute, you know, my hours as a controller. But this year, you know, when you're on training, you really don't get much say. The schedule is dictated to you because the training resources are so they're stretched right now anyways. They're stretched very thin. There's just barely enough resources to get everything done. So the last thing they can do is accommodate a lot of day off requests. If it was, you know, if it was an emergency, if it was a wedding or something like that, I could probably get a day off. But, you know, to participate in a hobby event, it's not going to happen. So be it. All right, he's almost there. Swoop's not pushing. WestJet 1210 is going out on the Beats departure, I believe. Yeah, so direct overfill. And he's the only one I've got right now. There he is. Looks like he made the slight turn.
WestJet 1240, out of 1,500 to 5,000.
WestJet 1240 Toronto, identified, climb flight level 23 is 0, and after 3,600, Oakville on course.
Climb flight level 360, and after 2,600, climb on course. WestJet 1240.
WestJet 1240, that's all correct. Unfortunately, I've got to head out now, so you can switch back to the en route frequency. Your surveillance service terminates. Enjoy the rest of your flight. We'll catch you next time.
Thank you so much for your help, and I wish you the best one. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Swoop 317 Toronto, unfortunately I've got to head out of here, so you can switch the en route frequency for your departure. There's one other aircraft currently just spawned for departing Toronto. No other traffic to report at this time. Enjoy your flight. We'll see you next time.
Copy all. Over to advisory, Swoop 317. Have a good day.
If anybody else is on the Toronto Centre frequency, Toronto Centre is now closing. Switch to en route frequency and surveillance service terminates. Good day to all. And with that, see ya. And with that, I am done, guys. So thank you so much for tuning in today for the live stream. That was tons of fun. I wish I could go on all day sometimes, but got other stuff to do with my day. So enjoy the rest of your day, whatever you're doing. I hope to see you out there on the VATSIM network soon. Have a good rest of your day, and we'll see you all up there in the friendly skies.